classic rock and roll. K-Kid 92.9 FM is KKID Salem Raleigh.
See it and write it down, then you gotta teach them about freedom. Gotta win it, gotta put yourself smack dab in it. Hey, tomorrow, it go away. On the freedom, just might come away.
So we can either continue to enable this president and report on the bile of garbage that comes out of his mouth, or we can hold him accountable to his crimes. We can continue to turn a blind eye of the multiple crimes he's accused of. We can stand while he violates people's basic human rights and the responsibility that his administration has for the deaths of children on our border, or we can take action. I have not made impeachment central to my election or my tenure, but since the day that I'd gotten elected, I'd said to people, it is not if he will be impeached, but when. So it is time for us to stop allowing this president to make a mockery out of our Constitution. It's time for us to impeach this president.
You just can't abuse it. Freedom, get moving. Never gonna stop till everybody grooving on love for one another. Call it some friend and call it some brother.
Want to get it off your chest? Call the Dave Weinbaum Show. Except for ourselves, we don't suffer fools here. Want politics and fun sprinkled with a lot of laughs? You're in the right place. Heard in 50 states and 98 countries, now in its 11th year. The Dave Weinbaum Show is on the air. Tucker Carlson said, it's always a good thing when crazy people denounce you. These women, the squad, are now the face of the Democratic Party. Nancy Pelosi, after backing these four racist, ingrate nuts, got nailed again by these disgusting anti-white, anti-American, anti-Semitic, anti-Christian congresswomen. Each one hates America and call anyone who disagrees with them as racist, misogynist, fascist, and that goes for Pelosi and bite me too. They are lying about immigrants, making federal ICE and other law enforcement targets of violence by Antifa, who, by the way, are the real fascists. They're loyal to ISIS, not America, to Al-Qaeda, not America, and constantly raise money for terrorist groups like Hamas, Hezbollah, and our favorite Muslim, Louis Farrakhan, and the Muslim Brotherhood. This isn't new. And a lot of it stems from Obama's constantly apologizing for America, for you and me, to the Muslim world, we are not the bullies here. They are. We have a president who is standing tall against the squad and has made them the face and focus of the Democrat Party. Trump has maneuvered them so that they willingly suck the news out of the 25 mental midgets, communists, running as Democrats for president. I am amazed at how fast the Democrats have sunk. Thanks to the squad, Trump setting them up, Pelosi and Schumer. We need to wipe our political slate clean of our enemy lovers and send those who are illegal immigrants, as alleged of Ilhan Omar, back to their home countries. Or am I wrong? Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. My name is Dave Weinbaum. I'm here with radio legend Stan Hines. Hi, Stan, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
And I think we have a caller.
Yeah, we do.
Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show, JJ. I don't know who this is, but what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well, this is JJ from Rolla, but
Okay.
I'm currently in Mount Vernon, headed west.
Okay, where are you going?
And we're headed for Yukon, Oklahoma. I'll tell you, your monologue stole a lot of my thunder, but I'm going
very
to,
sorry about that.
add a little bit. Well, don't be sorry. It was a good one.
Thank you.
The Fab Four that we've got, the socialist, communist, they were quick to pull the race card, and they pulled it again and again and again and again. And Donald Trump said nothing about race. It was America, love it or leave it, and if you don't love it, leave it.
And nor did he name them.
What was beautiful about that is how well he aced the Democrat constituency, their Democrat Party, into following these clowns. How he did it, I'm not sure, but he did it masterfully. The guy has got some good advisors. Now, recognize that our House of Representatives serve 2-year terms, and we got elections coming up. I'm going to put on my MAGA hat with the tinfoil lining in it, and I'm going to give you a prophecy, and I want you to write this one down because it's going to be valid.
It'll be recorded on the show recording and sent to my archives after I die.
Well, have Lisa write it down, too, because you need to hang this one on your bathroom wall. These folks they're either going to be primaried or they're going to be beaten by a Republican or a moderate Democrat. These are going to be one-termers, and the reason they're going to be one-termers is because of their radicalism. The majority of the country doesn't care what these women have to say. They've closed their ears and said, don't want to listen to this. This is a bucket of feces. Not going to listen to it, not going to smell it. These will be one-termers, and you can hang that prophecy on the wall. I think that one's going to become valid.
I hope you're right. And in the case of Omar, she is not actually answering to the charges of her being a legal immigrant, marrying her own brother, and there's other issues with her as well. So she may not even be a legal immigrant. She may not need to be beaten in a primary. She might be going home sooner than she thinks. We'll see.
Barack Hussein Obama, Comrade Obama, opened the door for this stuff, and he was successful at that. He said he was going to fundamentally change America, and he has done so. What I don't think he realized is there's a bunch of us out here who are going to change it back.
Mm-hmm. Well, nobody realized that. Obviously, the mainstream media didn't understand it, and neither did the pollsters. And if they understood it, they tried to keep it hidden by using polls to keep people home. In other words, you have a big poll for Hillary, and, they're just going to give up, and they're not going to vote for anybody, much less Trump. So they expected the American people to just sit in their living rooms and watch this Hillary get anointed as the queen of America. And it didn't happen, and they're still in shock. JJ?
Well, all these socialist clowns expect us conservatives to roll over and play dead, and I'm afraid they've woke the sleeping tiger. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to lambaste them in 2020. I can hardly wait. The popcorn is popped.
Well, let's give Trump a lot of credit here because he's the guy that stood up to this. We had all these other presidents and presidential candidates like Romney, Bush, and they sort of like crawled into a little hole when they were called out as racists. Okay,
well,
that's not Trump's game. Trump fought back.
Those were milquetoast candidates.
Well, okay.
They were trying to play the political game, and they rolled over and died. I got to tell you, not since Ronald Reagan have we had a president anything like this. This guy is unique. I think he's going to take this country into great places. I can hardly wait. I fully support him.
I couldn't agree more, and I think he already has taken this country to great places. And without Mueller being on his back, I think he's going to be relatively free, assuming he wins re-election, which I thoroughly expect, to do a lot more and get it done quicker.
Oh, I think so. I think this guy's going to take this country in good places. I hope that the conservatives and the balance of the Senate and the balance of Republicans in Congress get behind him, and the never-Trumpers give up. They're beating a dead horse here. It's time to get behind this guy and move this country in the right direction. If you look at our House of Representatives, what have they done? What legislation have they brought that actually made America better? Nothing. They've done nothing.
Nope.
They've wasted their time fooling around with investigations with the House Judiciary Committee. I mean, come on. Give up, boys.
Yeah, and they're all screaming at these ICE guys. The head of ICE was before Congress, and what's his name? What's the guy's name who's the head of that committee? Cunningham, or I can't remember it offhand, but he's from Baltimore. Yeah. And he starts screaming at the ICE guy. The guy's new. He says, starts screaming at him about children, rolling around in their own feces and all that stuff. And my goodness, I mean, what? How outrageous! What are you doing about it, Congressman? You're supposed to be legislating solutions.
Right. The purse strings are held by the Congress, and you can't beat up the ICE director for having an agency that's not been funded by the Congress and is not supported by the Congress.
But it's lies, too. It's not true. This breaking out of toilets is a big, big lie. Okay?
They always punish the innocent for the sins of the guilty.
You got it, my friend. All right. What else you got for me?
That's all I got, Dave. God bless you. I'm going to get back on the road and listen to you on the podcast.
JJ, it was plenty, and I thank you so much for being the opening act once again on the Dave Weinbaum Show.
Have a safe trip.
God bless, my friend.
Okay.
All right, that was JJ with his opening segment. Why am I getting an echo?
I would say I don't have any idea.
Okay. Well, you're starting to pointing around, and I don't know what you're doing over there, but there it is.
Well, I had it on air. Now I had it on program. So.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't just me.
No,
I just don't have a leaky hole in my head somewhere, right? Thank goodness. All right, we're back on the show, and we've got a great lineup today. We got the rabbi coming out at 9:30, Rabbi Moshe calling from Israel. We've got Dr. Amy Cooper Hakim at 10. We've got Cheryl Chumley, the online editor of the Washington Times, always a great guest. Mm-hmm. We've got Elad Hakim getting such to be, we were just talking about him, and he's getting so good at being on the show. We have as usual, with being with me a lot, I have these guests on a lot. And we're compatible. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
what I mean?
Yeah.
We have good conversations, and we get a lot of stuff out. I mean, really good stuff. And finally, last but not least, we've got the fiery Latina.
That's right.
From Miami Beach, Liz Cabrera.
That's right.
All right, I'm looking forward to her.
Me too.
She's She's a pistol.
Yes,
she is. And she is pushing the show on social media like you can't believe. She's a Cuban refugee.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to this.
Maybe you ought to start out with thanking some of the people like Gary, Text.
Well, okay, that's a good idea, Stan, because I'll forget later, and so will you. All right, hey, thanks for promoting the show. Gary, it's not Gary, it's Gary, isn't it?
Leary.
Gary, Leary. And, again, Liz, Patty, Jean, Stoney, Shayna, Glenda, Norm, Jane, Trump Girl, Cutie Pie, Eve, Mike, Tom, and Irish Eileen. There's more, but I can't name everybody who pushes the show because it's thousands and thousands.
Yeah, you're right.
I wouldn't have a show if I did that. Anyways, I think we need to take a break, and unless you got a Sicilian moment or anything like that,
I have whatever you want.
All right. Well, let's start off with a Sicilian moment, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll listen to the rabbi. How's that? All right. There we go. Oh yeah, now I'm in the mood.
There you go, Weinbaum.
Hey, bring me some pasta. Hillary served breakfast to the FBI. Shredded emails and toasted server. Forget about it. People were they mad about the lock her up? Were they mad about those chants too? Well, I'm telling you right now. I have friends that are in jail, all over the place, and I know they did a lot less than what she done.
Yeah.
She needs to be locked up. Well, that's just my opinion. You disagree with me, you call the Dave Weinbaum Show, my friend Dave Weinbaum, 573-364-4433, and get it off your chest.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
The strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The all-new 2019 Silverados have arrived at Fairground Auto Plaza. Get 0% APR for 72 months or $9,015 in total value on the all-new 2019 Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71 for well-qualified buyers with GM financing. Check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
Nice truck. When did you get that?
Thanks. I just got it at Taylor Chrysler. They offered me 20% off the retail price as part of their summer clearance sale. That was $10,000 off. I just couldn't pass it up.
I'm Jeremy Shelton, General Manager at Taylor Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. If you're ready to trade in your old car or truck, our summer clearance event is your best chance yet to drive home in a new one. But hurry, this sale only goes to July 30th at Taylor Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram on South 63 or online at TaylorChryslerRolla.com.
When you're ready to find the best steak in Rolla, head over to Sydney's at 707 North Pine in downtown Rolla. All their steaks are aged 30 days and hand-cut to perfection. This weekend is Ribeye Weekend. Get a 16-ounce ribeye steak with Sydney's signature spice blend and 2 sides only $14.99. And choose Sydney's with over 100 different whiskeys, scotches, and bourbons and over a dozen draft beers to complement the best steak around. Call 426-3707 for reservations. Lunch specials on Facebook. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 1:30 a.m. daily.
Moving, let's talk about Salem, Missouri and what we have to offer. We are located in the center of Missouri, center of the USA, with a great school system, college, beautiful country club. Rivers within 1 hour drive include Jacks Fork, Piney, Gasconade, Merrimack, and 2 state parks. If you're looking to enjoy life with recreation or just enjoy life, call VIP Properties, Pat Tackett Broker, 103 East 4th Street, Salem, Missouri, 573-729-7622.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050.
95 years of serving families in the Rolla community. This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home. For a business to be successful for 95 years takes hard work, determination, respect, and compassion for the community and the families we serve. This year, Null & Son Funeral Home proudly celebrates our 95th anniversary. 95 years of providing the finest funeral service, always at an affordable cost. It has been our honor to serve your family.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Right now, the president is carrying out mass deportation raids across this country in each one of our districts. Right now, the president is committing human rights abuses at the border, keeping children in cages, and having human beings drinking out of toilets. This president, who has been credibly accused of committing multiple crimes, including colluding with foreign government to interfere with our election. This is a president who has overseen the most corrupt administration in our history and pursued an agenda to allow millions of Americans to die from a lack of health care while he transfers millions of dollars in tax cuts to corporations. This is a president who has said, grab women by the pussy. This is a president who's called black athletes sons of bitches.
Back on, Stan? Yes. Yeah, we're back on. All right, well, anyways, we're back on. That was Ilhan Omar, and her comments on Trump, and we tried to get the word out yesterday, but it didn't get out, so, oh well. It is what it is. Anyways, what?
What would Mark Levin say at a time like this?
How did you get through security, you creep? What are you doing in my country? Get the hell out of here, you dummy.
Yeah, that's about right. And all she's saying are lies. All she's saying is hubris. And, okay, Congress, you're in Congress. Where's the legislation? And by the way, the man I was looking for was Elijah Cummings. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, I guess you're not ready to call. All right, so we're back on the show. U.S. Navy shoots down Iran drone in Strait of Hormuz. All right, and Iran denies it. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Bridget.
Hi, Bridget. How are you?
I have to plug a chicken here with you.
Yes, what's that? Okay, I can imagine what that's about.
Why do you give Omar the time of day and let her talk?
Because she is now her and the squad are now in charge of the Democratic Party.
I know.
And it's important that that we listen to what they say, because the Democratic Party has ceded all their power to these four women who hate America, who collude and conspire with enemies, raise money for our enemies, talk nicely about Al-Qaeda. They want to free ISIS people. They want all this stuff for what? I mean, those are America haters and killers, Christian haters and killers.
Well, I know, but there are ignorant people who believe crap like that.
Yeah, like the Democratic Party.
Well,
the whole party now is under their leadership. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm not saying every Democrat believes that. What I'm saying is they are all subject to their control. They're not doing anything about this. They had a chance. Nancy Pelosi sent out a bill that was supposed to be about this woman and anti-Semitism, and they watered it down, didn't name her at all, and yet they passed a bill, I believe, calling Donald Trump a racist, which was against the rules of the Congress for her to even say that. They had even her own party shut Nancy Pelosi up.
I know.
So,
but, she shouldn't even be there. Omar.
Well,
they should kick her ass out. With all due respect.
Well, I think there might be some legal problems for her coming up because I think she is an illegal alien. At least
She's
that's what's
doggone incest.
That's what's
disgusting.
That's what it's alleged that she married her brother to get in the country, and she's not really denying it either. That's the funny thing. She's not denying it.
It's disgusting.
It is disgusting. But you know what? Listen, Bridget, you might have your opinion. Well, why talk about it? But let me just tell you. If we don't talk about these things, they become the truth. If we don't challenge this kind of talk, if we're George Bush and we're going to take this he's a racist stuff and not say anything in response, or Romney not saying anything about him killing a woman via not giving her health care and all that stuff, they don't respond to this. I respond. Trump responds. That's what you got to do. You got to straighten out the record.
I understand that, but I still think you give some other people, like I said, there are ignorant people.
Yes, and they believe that stuff unless getting those ignorant people educated by listening to what? Shows like mine.
Well, did you hear that on, it was on the, I don't know, I don't remember if it was last night or this morning, where a reporter gave college students a piece of paper and they asked them to read it. And they said, well, there was this president, that he is a racist and all, and blah, blah, blah. And then he gave them another piece of paper, and they read it, and they were shocked. It was Obama who said it.
Right.
But they blame Trump for it.
They do these interviews all the time. They interview these college students and tell them a policy. And they'll claim if it sounds good, they'll claim it's Bernie Sanders, and it's Trump.
I just couldn't believe it. And they are in college.
Yes, exactly my point. That's why. See, my point is your point is. I mean, I understand what you're saying. Is we don't need to talk about these cretins, but we do, in my opinion. We have to let people understand who's saying what, which side they're on. And we have to call them out because the college students need to hear this. Everybody needs to hear this. And if you can dispute me, call the show.
I can't stand her.
Who's
Anyways.
that? Omar?
Bye, Lisa. Bye, Dave.
Okay, I'd love for her to say goodbye, but guess what? She's not here.
Oh, she isn't?
No, she'll be in a little later, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
She was going to come in early and leave later, but she's not here. I'm so sad. Okay. So you can't give me any grief in front of her, so that's good. Hey, thanks. Calling all the way from Maine. Bridget. Thank you, dear. All right, she's a great caller.
Yes,
well, we're going to take a break, but we're running into the rabbi now, which is fine.
Yeah, that's right, the rabbi.
All right, well, no, we got some time. Well, go ahead. Let's hit it.
Yeah, 1 second, Dave. You were talking to another rabbi? Sounds like you're cheating on me.
No, actually, I'm cheating with you on him because he was the first rabbi. Listen to this. I got rabbis fighting over me. This is kind of weird.
And coming up, we've got the rabbi. He'll be calling us any minute now.
All righty. I thought you said 8 seconds. So 3 seconds later, I'm on here, and you're covering for me anyways. That's good.
That's the way I am.
That's good. Yeah. Covering my tuchus, I see. I need that once in a while, that's for sure. Don't we all?
Yeah.
All right, so we got the rabbi coming up in a couple minutes. We're a little early for him, which is fine. We've got, U.S. Navy shoots down an Iranian drone in the Strait of Hormuz. They were getting close to a U.S. Navy ship, and Iran denies this.
Yeah.
So there's going to be tensions there for a while. But I think they're talking. I think the rabbi will tell you that Iran is between a rock and a hard place. They are being sanctioned into oblivion by Donald Trump. You know, no American president has ever done what he's done in terms of using our financial power to hurt enemies. And Iran is an enemy of the United States. Remember, Israel is the little devil. The United States is the big devil.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So it's important that we understand how Trump has used all that's in his power, including with Mexico, including with China, including with Europe. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show, or should I say shalom?
Shalom, Dave.
There you
How
are.
you doing?
Good. You're calling from Israel today, right?
Yes, I am. Back in Israel.
All right. So I'm gonna introduce you properly because I know how you'd whine if I didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, Rabbi Moshe travels the world uniting Christians and Jews, official rabbi to Missouri, and future rabbi to the Trump Third Temple Hotel, Golf Course, Casino, and Spa, and the official rabbi to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Rabbi Moshe Rothschild. Wow, you got the whole Jewish community from St. Louis sitting in the stands. Hey, St. Louis, go Cardinals! The Mets suck. Anyways, we're back to the show. Was I wrong about that? I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, so are you following the new anti-American, anti-Semitic, anti-Israel squad of four? Or I refer to them as squatters, but that's not very nice. So I'm not going to use that anymore. Squad of four women, Congress, all calling for the impeachment of Trump. Your thoughts about them?
Yeah, I've kept my eye on this. We call it actually the Jihad Squad. Look, the situation is that you have these four, or three or four congresswomen who are just off the charts. They seem very, to me, anti-American, and they're talking now about introducing BDS legislation, like boycott, divestment sanctions against Israel, saying that would be okay in the United States. They're doing things that are against the will of the American people. They seem to be going against what it means to be an American, and it's just shocking to me. And I think Donald Trump is playing this great. He's really stirring them up, and he's just exposing them. He's like putting the light on them. And I wonder if they'll just be first termers. Like one term, they're going to lose in the 2020 election.
Well, Trump has sort of apologized for the crowd, saying go back or something, go back to your country or something, or get out of the country. I don't know what exactly was said, but
send her back.
Send her back. Yeah. Okay. I've been in, as a small Jewish person. I was a lot smaller. I'm a little heavier now, but I was a small Jewish child growing up, and I've been around people who liked to pick on me because I was Jewish, and I looked like I couldn't defend myself. And it was mostly from cowards, both black and white, and Christian, many of whom slurred me for being Jewish. And when they said, go back to where you came from, I knew my ancestors were from Russia, but I also knew that, my real ancestors, not phony ancestors, but the way back when, came from Israel. So in a way, I didn't take it as such a bad thing. I thought, how bad would that be?
Well, I want to say something about that. I think, any of us who have kids know that when your kids complain, what do you say to them? You don't like it. You don't have to live under my roof, but as long as you're living under my roof, these are the rules. You don't like it, find another place to live. Yeah. I think that's what Trump was saying. He wasn't being racist or anti-immigrant. He's saying, you don't like it here, go find somewhere else to live, And I think
Yeah, go back and fix your. Well, he did say go back and fix your own home governments, and then come back and tell us how you did it, which is not that bad. Come on.
I don't think what he said was so terrible. It's a little bit different than if you remember a few years ago, Helen Thomas, who was a White House correspondent, she had.
I remember her
talking about the Jews in America, and she said, all Jews should go back to where they came from. And so they asked her where, and she said, Poland.
yeah, there you go. And I had a woman once.
Different when if Trump had said, okay, all Muslims in America should leave, or if he said all black people should go back to Africa, so yeah, that's one thing. But he was addressing a particular person who was whining and complaining about something, the same way that a child will whine and complain, and a parent says, you don't like it, find somewhere else to go. So I don't think it was a racist thing, but everything in America now is racist. Everyone's a racist.
I had a woman, I don't know if I told you this story or not, but I had a woman call me once and tell me, just get on the phone and say, hey, why don't you go back to the ovens, okay? And I said, well, and she hung up, so I didn't get her. I said, you know what, I wish you would have left me her name and where she lived, because I'd include her in the contest. Well, I had a contest that day. Why should I not include her? Anyways, that didn't exactly. She didn't call back. I don't know why. But okay, but
you
that's
win a free oven.
Yeah, I get a free oven. Yeah, commenting on putting someone in the ovens, even. I mean, that's a lot worse than going back to a country. Although a lot of these countries are they're crap holes. Somalia. Who wants to go back? Who wants to live there? For God's sakes, how could you not be grateful to be in this country and be a United States Congresswoman than be basically a slave in Somalia? Because if you're under Sharia law and you're a woman, you are at the whims of men in Sharia law countries. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, you got to be incredibly grateful for the United States for what it offers. Now, there is no perfect country in the world that is yet to be invented or created, and not everything's perfect. But the vitriol and the anger and the hatred that I hear coming from these extreme left-wing Democrats is just shocking to me.
Sure. Hey, I got some blowback on Facebook from an Israeli woman about your Israeli Global Alliance, the uniting of Christians and Jews, and she sent an article to me, which I sent to you, and she got real nasty with me. I was trying to actually get her connected with you, and for some reason, I said something about animosity to Christians, and I have no animosity towards Christians. I have animosity towards Christians that killed a lot of Jews in the Middle Ages and in the Holocaust. But she took umbrage, and she threatened me with. She said, "Well, I'm taking a screenshot of this," as if I was going to cower before her. And I told her, "Well, go ahead and show it." And I hope if she's listening, show it. Who cares? So, anyways, what? But she had no solutions to what the article was talking about. Could you review this a little bit and tell me what your stance is on it?
I thought the article was very poor. Basically, what he was trying to do, he was questioning. He was talking about John Hagee, the founder director of Christians United for Israel. And basically, I mean, to make it very, very simple and short, he was saying that his ideology about the end of days is one that Jews should be concerned about, and this and that. So, to be honest with you, I don't think it takes a genius to figure out that Jews and Christians do not agree on what it's going to look like at the end of days. We don't agree who the Messiah is going to be. So, telling me that is no great secret. What I think, and that's exactly the problem. I think my solution is to focus on areas where we find common agreement. And when she says something that there are hardly any areas, I think that's a complete fallacy. The whole country is built on Judean Christian values. I was an Orthodox rabbi. Believe me, I know what the Bible, what the Torah says, and the Ten Commandments. We believe in the Ten Commandments, and so do the Christians. And I think that's an enormous starting point. I think we have a tremendous amount in common. And how does that play out in our day-to-day lives?
Right.
That affects both Christian and Jew on a daily basis. Issues like abortion, issues like morality, issues like Israel, things that we can find common ground. And I don't understand why she has this animosity.
Well, what is this gal's a big Netanyahu supporter. What does Netanyahu do? Does he put his arms up and say, I don't have any solutions? I can't talk to our enemies? He goes and talks to all of them, if he can.
Netanyahu was the one who came to John Hagee and said that we really need your support. We need your help. I've been to Christians, where our prime minister speaks. At this event in Washington, at the big summit, the Christian and Israel Summit, there was Jew after Jew speaking, leaders of the Jewish community. Malcolm Hoenlein, one of those powerful American Jews, Orthodox Jew.
And where were we? Where were we when Ron Dermer, the ambassador of Israel to the United States of America, when you arranged my meeting and my interview with Ron Dermer? And where were you guys at? Where were you speaking?
Look, we brought the ambassador, the Israeli ambassador, the number 2 spokesman for the state of Israel. We brought him to Tulsa, Oklahoma, to the Solace Church, and because he recognized that the Jews we don't live alone. We're part of the world.
To a church. Imagine that. The second in command. I always thought you were the second in command, but I guess you're just the second most important person in Israel. But
I didn't tell you who was. I didn't tell you who was first. I only said he was second.
Oh. So you're more important than Netanyahu, huh? All right.
No.
I believe it. Hey, I don't know if Netanyahu believes it, but anyways, Ron Dermer coming and everybody believes in Israel, although all the leadership this woman loves, believes you should talk to people like Hagee. And that's exactly what you're doing. All right? What do we have to lose? If it turns out bad anyways in at the end, it turns out bad, but at least you're making an effort. I think God gave us brains, and God gave us brains enough to try to find our own solutions. Don't you think that, Rabbi?
I agree. What I told you, Dave, also is that you're doing something right when people start criticizing you.
Yep.
That's exactly. No one cares when you're not making a difference. When you're trying to do something, people start to criticize, and that's how you know you're doing something good.
So, Rabbi, you sent me a story about a Hasidic or obedient man, a Jewish obedient man, applying to a Florida McDonald's who refused to hire him, the McDonald's did, until he shaved his beard. Now, is this your way of applying for a job in my McDonald's? Because quite frankly, if you don't have to shave your beard if you can work fries.
You should see me flip burgers. I'm good.
All right, we can get you there. Don't worry. All right. Hey, other than
as long as we can make the McDonald's kosher, get rid of the cheeseburgers, we're good.
Other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
They can email me at RabbiMoshe@IsraelAlliance.org. That's spelled RABBIMOSHE, Rabbi Moshe at IsraelAlliance.org. You can go to our website, IsraelAlliance.org.
And I'm a contributor. You wouldn't refuse a contribution from people, would you?
Of course not. On our website, they can donate. Look, become a part of this. It's really important.
Well, you didn't mention it, and you're Jewish. What the hell's the matter with you? Anyways,
I don't want to stereotype.
Do you know there's a cure for depression? Yeah, they remove an eye. I just don't see this. Ladies and gentlemen, Rabbi Moshe Rothschild calling all the way from Efrat, Israel. Let me know when you get this. Maybe by next week. All right. Thank you very much. Shabbat shalom, my friend. Heidi, you need the kids. Go ahead. You got something else to say? Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
All right. Heidi, you need the kids. Shabbat shalom, my friend.
Okay. All right, guys. Dan,
see you later.
All right. See you. All right. So that's the rabbi. And what do we got? We got to take a break, but do we have anything? Come on.
Well,
line it up.
You tell me what you want.
Well, you know what to do. You're good at this. I shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have
Starting this year, Toyota and Lexus luxury models will come with Amazon Alexa.
Alexa, turn on the AC.
Turning on AC.
Finally, a virtual assistant to help you navigate.
Alexa, where's the nearest gas station?
Nearest gas station in 1.5 miles.
And to help maintain your vehicle.
Alexa, order more brake pads.
Ordering new brake pads. Although maybe if you didn't stop so close to the car in front of you.
I left plenty of room.
You drive too aggressively.
If you were just quiet for 2 seconds, 2 seconds.
She'll talk to you literally the entire time you're driving.
I think you should have turned back there.
I know where I'm going!
Hi. You know why I pulled you over?
No, officer, I have...
Because we were driving 72 miles per hour in a 45-mile-per-hour zone.
Anything else I should know?
2 miles back, we rolled through a stop sign without coming to a complete stop. Also, there are illegal fireworks in the trunk.
Sir, I'm going to need you to step out of the car, please.
Amazon Alexa. You'll never get away from her.
And talking to my producer there, Jesse, getting a little stuff, more editing done. More editing. So we need to edit. Anyways, I don't have a phone call, right?
You do not, no.
Okay, because I thought I saw you answer the phone. You call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. Okay, so we're going to take a break right now. Is that right? Yes, let's do that. We'll take a break. We got plenty of stuff coming up, and I got Dr. Amy Cooper Hakeem coming out at 10. 10:30, I got the greatest political commentator in the world. Mm-hmm. Media got us, Cheryl Trumley. 11 o'clock. Who do I got? 11 o'clock, I got Elad Hakeem, who is a lawyer and a political and legal pundit. We've had some great conversations, and we're going to challenge him a little bit. And the red-hot, fiery Latina calling all the way from Miami, Florida. We've got Liz Cabrera. Hey, how's that? I did that. Hey, I didn't even know I was going to do that.
How about Chewbacca? Can you do that?
No, I can't.
I can.
We have Chewbacca. We have a Chewbacca masked woman on here somewhere.
Oh, we did.
But anyways, all right. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated. Price Chopper and Rolla for the best quality products and the freshest produce in the area with a full-service deli, bakery, and butcher cafe. You can feed the whole family with ease. Cold cuts to sushi, barbecue, and a huge salad bar. Kick back and relax and enjoy your lunch in our dining room located in Forum Plaza on Forum Drive in Rolla. Don't forget to sign up for a rewards program and save money on groceries today. For orders and catering, give them a call today at 573-364-1771. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Price Chopper and Rolla.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Rolla.
Who let the dogs out? Shadowwood Pet Resort. But Ralphie tells me only on their supervised nature trails, and it's back to their warm and comfy condos with food, water, and treats for any length stay. And they separate dogs by size. Now a condo for cats in a different room. Great assortment of food, toys, collars, and bowls. Tell them Ralphie sent you and get a free treat. 368-4866. That's 573-368-4866. 11420 Cedar Grove, where your pets might be having a better time than you.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
Wow, Marianne, it's been another busy day here at Miller Glass.
Yes, it has, Kathy. Our auto glass guys have been rocking.
Yes, they have. Rock chips, windshield replacements, and regulators.
Yeah, and don't forget that we also do headlight restoration and side view mirror replacements.
Remember, there is no job too big or too small for the Miller Glass Auto team.
And we also have mobile service.
At Miller Glass, we install it all.
Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
This is a president who has equated neo-Nazis with those who protest against them in Charlottesville. This is a president who has openly violated the very value our country aspires to uphold: equality under the law, religious liberty, equal protection, and protection from persecution. And to distract from that, he's launching a blatantly racist attack on 4 duly elected members of the United States of House of Representatives, all of whom are women of color.
Okay, we're back in the show. I can't wait till they start talking about reparations. You know, they're talking about Mitch McConnell and his family had slaves. Guess who else's family had slaves? Barack Hussein Obama.
Really?
On his mother's side, yeah. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Charles Davis. I'm calling from Viburnum, Missouri.
Hi, Charles. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
Good, thanks. What can I do for you today?
Yeah. Well, I just want to go back to that Ilhan Omar. I'm not sure if that's how you say her name.
Yeah, Ilhan.
But,
Ilhan, yeah.
Ilhan.
Yeah.
Ilhan, okay. Well, she was talking about how they're making them illegal immigrant kids drink out of toilet bowls down there in the detention centers. Well, I can tell you, I used to live down in McAllen, Texas. I was there all the way up until July of last year. And I went and seen the detention centers for myself, out of curiosity. And it is nothing like the news lets it to be. Nothing.
Okay, so are people rolling around in their own feces like Elijah Cummings yelled at the new DHS director?
No, that is false. If I ever seen anything, that's false. It's no different than any other detention centers that we use for our own prisoners.
Right.
If someone chooses to roll around their own feces, that's at their own discretion.
Yeah.
But,
okay. So it's phony, isn't it? It's false. It's absolutely phony, false.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it came out of the drinking out of the toilet came out of Cortez, and Ilhan was just picking up on it. You know?
Yeah.
So,
and I just can't believe what this country's coming to as far as the Democrat side. And if we see another Democrat in office within my lifetime, it'll ruin our country, I feel like.
Well, if you see them in control, it's all over for us.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
They're going to ruin our economy. This whole free college, free health care for illegal immigrants. I mean, what the
They
heck?
know what they're doing here. They are going to explode the economy so bad that everyone else will be powerless. This is what they do in communist countries. This is what they did in Venezuela. The first thing they do is they go after government health care. 1/6 to 1/5 of the economy. and they put you under their control. That's what Obamacare is. And if it
what
wasn't,
they don't realize is that with the free health care, free college, free this, free that, it ain't free. It's coming out of you and mine's pockets, us hardworking Americans who work for every cent that we earn. That's what it's coming out of. It ain't free in the end. We're paying for it.
Yes,
and
we know that. We know that, but the Democrats and the Democrats who are running know that. They know exactly what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
All right? It's
And
the
they
people
can care
they're trying to cow over for this. Everybody likes free, right? I love free.
Yeah, they could care less. That's
Hell,
all
I'm
they want
Jewish. I love free.
Power.
You know?
Yeah.
But somebody's got to pay.
Freedom. Yeah, and if they give freedom to everybody, that's power for them.
Yep.
Because they ain't free in the end. I mean, they'll own all of us, and that's what people don't understand. And it just ticks me off to see someone my own age. I'm 23 years old, and it ticks me off to see my own age someone complaining about, oh, we should be entitled to this and entitled to that. Heck no. I worked for everything I've got, and I've never complained not once the whole way.
Well, you're 23 years old, and you're pretty smart, so I suspect that you read at a 30-year-old level.
Well, I don't know what level I read at. You know, I just try to keep up to date with politics. You know, a lot of people my age don't care about politics.
I know.
I mean,
it's sad. Very sad.
Yeah, man, that's what's gonna. I mean, that's our future. That's the future of our kids and the generations to come. And if we don't care about politics and we don't teach our kids to care about politics, I mean, where the heck will our country be in by the time I'm dead? You know.
Well said, my friend. Listen, I got to go. All right. Thank you, Charles. Call the show again, all right? Thanks. I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. Another star made on the Dave Weinbaum Show, Charles from Viburnum.
Yeah.
And you know what we're going to do right now? Do you have anything?
No.
No? How about arranging stuff?
The what stuff?
How about anything? Okay.
Well, I've got whatever
Sicilian
you want.
moment. Well, you do it. Come on, Sicilian moment. And I want you to sense these times. You know, come on.
All right.
You're a smart guy.
All right.
You know all the stuff. Okay, you know what you want to do. All right? Come on. Socialism. Getting the government to steal from the neighbors you're too chicken to rob from. Forget about it. You know, that must have been planned. That must have been planned for this last caller, Charles. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, don't forget about that. No, you remember that. Because it's the truth. You know, I know about a lot of robbing stuff going on, but that's robbing on a level I never thought to do. Anyways, we have a caller. So, Weinbaum, you want to pick up the show here? Come on. Hi there, welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Dave!
Good morning. I'm a little bit...
Good morning to you, Dave!
Oh, I know who it is. Oh, it's the Godfather. I mean, the nice
brother,
man from...
the sister.
the mother, brother, sister, cousin of the Sicilian. Right? What can I do for you, Sicilian? I would always hate to insult you because I do have an interview in 3 minutes. So go ahead. Tell me what you want to talk about.
I want to talk about this great country being run into the ground.
Absolutely great country. And we're all getting a little tired of hearing how awful it is here. I mean, why? Who's trying to get into Somalia, huh?
Hey, I got an acronym for AOC.
Yeah, you got to shut down your radio, my friend. I can't hardly hear you.
Hey, you in front, turn down the radio.
What, are you in your limo?
Okay, now
are you in your limo? You're in your limo, aren't you?
What's that?
You're in your limo.
Yes, sir, right? I am.
There you go.
You're
in the back seat, and you got your capos driving the car, right?
Oh, don't you worry about it, Dave. We got it all under control.
It's consigliere driving.
Is what?
Hey,
consigliere, yeah.
Another old critic. AOC. Another old critic.
Oh yeah.
Another old critic.
Yes, you're right. And they're awful. They're awful. In my opinion, okay, I can say this. They're awful people. They're absolutely making up crap. and they're trying to destroy this country. They are awful people.
Yep.
I don't care what color they are. It doesn't matter to me.
Mr.
Okay.
Dave Weinbaum,
Yeah.
in the old days, we take care of that
All right.
problem.
All right, no. We can't talk about that. All right, no.
I
Hey,
know, I'm
I
a
don't
good
want to say
boy.
this to you, but I'm gonna forget about
I'm trying
it. Just
to be a
don't
good boy.
wipe it off your
That's
screen.
why I listen to your show, because
Okay.
I enjoy all of you.
Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
have a blessed day.
I am bowing in respect to you, Godfather. I would kiss your ring if you were here, okay? Now, thank you very much. You have a fun weekend, all right? Make some pasta.
God bless all of you, and
right.
God bless America.
God bless you, Godfather. Okay. Did I call him
KKID,
Godfather?
Salem Rolla.
Did I call him Godfather just now? I don't know.
I think he did.
All right, so that's got to be who I think it is. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Amy Cooper Hakeem.
I knew it was you. I shouldn't even have to ask, right? All right, we're gonna do you up right. We're gonna play your song, and then I'm gonna introduce you. How's that? You don't mind? You don't mind, do you?
I don't mind at all.
All right, great. Go ahead, hit it.
Now if you feel that you can't go on, because all of your hope is gone, and your life is filled with much confusion, until happiness is just an illusion, and your world around is crumbling down, darling, reach out. Come on, girl, reach out for me. Reach out. Reach out for me. Ha! I'll be there with the love that will shine.
Squash expert, mirror aficionado, singer, motivational speaker, author, and if there was anything such as a kosher ham, she would be it. The shrink to the Dave Weinbaum Show, especially Stan, Dr. Amy Cooper Hakeem. There she is. Holy cow, all the relatives from Detroit, Baltimore. You got a few people from Branson. Who do you know in Branson, Missouri? Do you know anybody in Branson?
No.
I didn't know. Well, you got fans there, evidently. All right. Sit down already. She's on the air, okay? Hey, you know, last week we discussed talking to ourselves like in the third person. You know, like telling ourselves, "Now you can do this," and you're, you know, I've discovered that, and I've been paying attention to how I do this. I've discovered that I talk to myself mainly to rehearse my thoughts. I'm actually talking about stuff that either I'm going to go to a meeting or I'm going to go on the air, and I'm working on my logic, preparing it in my own mind, saying it out loud. And when my wife hears me, she says, "What'd you say?" I says, "No, don't worry. I'm talking to myself. Please don't interrupt. I'm on a roll." So let me ask you this: am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy at all. I mean, sometimes we think that conversation. Sometimes we actually speak that conversation. But the idea of playing things through means that you're trying to be logical and thoughtful before actually having the dialogue with someone live. So a lot of times we do that. And we need to psych ourselves up. We need to make ourselves feel like we can accomplish something. So however we work through it in that way, I think it actually helps the end product.
Okay, but I'm not really talking to myself in the third person by saying, "Dave, you can do this."
No, you're saying, okay, well, and you can play out the whole dialogue, which whether it's just, it could be a monologue or it could be a dialogue about what's going on, and even, you know, role play it, so to speak.
Could you send,
it doesn't have to be building yourself
in
up.
your position as a PhD, could you send me a certified letter saying that I'm not crazy? Please. A lot of people think I'm nuts. A lot of people think I'm nuts.
No, but we all do this.
Right.
I mean, you know, we can walk down the street, and I mean, I've definitely been guilty of doing this. You walk down the street and talk to myself, and nowadays, I mean, we don't know if people are on a cell phone or, you know, like they have something in their ear. But yeah, I mean, I do that. I do that all the time. I'm
not bragging or anything, but I'm reasonably well off, and I'm living in a kind of an irredeemable house, and I've always been reluctant to build a new house. You know, just because of the cost and the aggravation. Well, now I'm going to knock it down and build a new house on the same grounds. Why am I so reluctant to do this? I don't understand. I mean, a lot of people with a lot less money build big houses, and I don't really want to do this. I mean, I'm doing it because it's getting to be unlivable.
Well, I mean,
What's
I
wrong
think
with
that,
me?
first off, we could be creatures of habit. You may be someone who falls there. Some people like change, some people don't.
Hey. Hold on, Dr. Amy. Hold on. I've had a big interruption.
Uh-oh.
My wife just walked in,
Right.
and she loves this new house thing.
I heard you talking about it while I was in my car.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to get in there. He said on air,
God.
it's real now. Hi,
This
Amy.
is the reason. This is the reason I'm building a new house, by the way.
Okay, well, see, so then you're building it for love. There you go. It doesn't have to be for any practical or necessary
Don't make me
purposes.
blush.
Love is a good
Stop making me
reason.
blush.
It's both practical and necessary.
All right. So, hey, by the way, who said the key is to surround ourselves with people who know more than we do and complement our skill set? Who said that?
Ooh, ooh.
Was that a yes? I did, or was?
Yes. No, I did.
I'm
said
just
that.
picturing you with pom poms, and you're shaking them in the air. It's me. It's me.
I am. I have them up in the air. My hands are up.
Can you shake your pom poms and pace too?
Well, I'm pacing. First, I dance to the song.
Okay.
To the intro song.
And then you're pom-pomming.
And then I start walking and talking.
Now, if you can start singing while you're doing all that, then you got something there. Now, how do you make yourself comfortable with the uncomfortable? How do you for example, I can take as many practice strokes in golf as possible, but I always have to fight the tendency to overswing. I can do great on my practice swings, but when I approach the ball, I'm overswinging a lot. How do you fight that?
You have to think it through, and you have to remind yourself, and you can use some of that self-talk that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
If there's something that triggers you to make a move that's overswinging or whatnot, then remind yourself of before you make the swing. And, we have to remember that it's okay to mess up. And messing up during practice is a great idea. Messing up during the actual game isn't as awesome. So, keep practicing and working it through, because the more you do it, then you're having a lower likelihood of making that mistake when you actually get up to perform.
I mean, I'm actually getting better, but I still do that. The pros do it too.
Well, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, but it could be nerves. And if you feel more tense, perhaps, during the actual game, remember that you can almost channel that nervousness into excitement. Because
so should I medicate myself so I don't have the nerves?
No, not necessarily. Okay. But the idea of actually continuing to practice and then keeping a focused mind, this is something you have a tendency to do, therefore try your best not to. My girls were in a play. This is their thing to do, musicals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a show last night, and both of my daughters love to sing. And
where the hell where did they get that from?
I don't know. But actually, a lot of my girls love to sing. No, he has a beautiful voice.
Does he?
Really beautiful voice. We harmonize together. I love it. Love it. Yeah. So Adina, our oldest, was doing. They did a whole run through of the show before they had the actual performance. She never messes up. She totally bombed her rehearsal. I mean, to the point of, almost tears.
No kidding.
And I saw her right before the performance, and she said, "You'll never guess what happened." And it was very, very challenging to say to someone who generally always performs, "Don't worry, you won't mess up again. When you're on stage, when you perform, you'll do great." And it ended up that she did. She did a fine job. But she was so nervous, realizing that, oh, my gosh, if I mess up once, I'm going to mess up again.
Yes, and that puts so much pressure on you. And you start thinking about it, it gets in your mind. And then you forget what you're doing.
Yeah. Exactly. And also, though, if others see you mess up, then they think that you're going to repeat that behavior.
Sure.
And so that was the thing after this whole experience. She said, gosh, everyone kept asking me if I was going to mess up again. And And I kept trying to tell myself, no, I won't. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it work. And it ended up that she was able to accomplish what she needed to, but that's so similar to what happens to us in the everyday world.
Really, the whole thing is...
We mess up once, and we're like, oh, great. This is going to happen again and again and again.
The whole thing, unlike your experience with martial arts, is that we get back up and we keep trying. And we try it again. And we try it again. And we try it again.
But certain things you just have to bow out. You just have to say, this is not happening. There's another thing I did I'm not particularly proud of.
Okay, what
else?
You
know when you fall off a bike, you're supposed to get back on?
Yeah.
Well, I actually really legitimately did fall off of a bike. Maybe 5 years ago. I had scrapes on my elbows, on my knees, and it was incredibly embarrassing.
And so you got right back up on that a couple days.
Not.
Oh my God! You still haven't been back on the bike?
Completely. I did not get back on the bike.
Okay.
The bike was completely disheveled. I mean, I had to actually scream for a lot to come carry it into the house. It was bent and messed up. And when I went to meetings, imagine, like they say, oh gosh, what happened to you? I had to look at them sheepishly and say, I fell off my bike.
Yeah, well, they're probably thinking one of the kids a knee lad or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, no! But it was really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
And I just realized, you know what? It wasn't one of those bikes with thick tires. It was a speed bike, and I'm not going to get back on a speed bike. That's just not. I'm not.
But you're going to get back on a bike someday, right?
I'm happy to get back on a regular bike.
A regular bike. Okay, that makes sense. Now, who said we must love ourselves and believe in ourselves? We should be our own biggest cheerleaders. What does our inner cheerleader do when we mess up?
Okay, so first of all, my mom has
who said that? Who said that?
I did. Okay. My mom has always reminded me about the importance of serving as our own cheerleader. We have to obviously be a cheerleader for those whom we love, but we also have to believe in ourselves enough that we can push ourselves forward. And it's that persistence and that grit that's going to make us more successful and really happy. So,
hey, Dr. Amy, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, where can people find you?
Well, my website is Cooper Strategic Group and Amy Cooper Hakeem. I have a book, Working with Difficult People, that's sold anywhere books are sold, also in ebook and audio format. And on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, my handle is Amy Cooper Hakeem.
Now, do you consider me as working with difficult people?
No, I love talking to you.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. You hear her, honey? She says she loves talking to me. How's that? Hey, Doc, you believe that?
Once a week.
I'd say 15 minutes once a week.
Yeah, I only do it for 10, 15 minutes.
Well,
but I love it. Really.
Hey, Dr. Amy.
Highlight of my week.
How do you know an orange is at peace with itself?
How?
It's restrained. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Amy Cooper Hakeem. And the only reason I did this for you, I wasn't going to do it for Elad, but I knew you'd get it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Amy Cooper Hakeem. Hi to, I'm going to be talking to Elad later. Hi to the kids, and Shabbat Shalom to you.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, my God.
When it comes to making travel plans, Trips and More Travel Agency of Rolla has skilled
I'm not doing nothing.
What the hell's that?
Did you hear something in the background?
Well, I don't understand how that happened. I mean, you weren't touching the computer.
Oh, I know. I hit the button, and I was confused. Sorry.
Well, we got to charge him for an extra commercial. No, we're not. I'm kidding about that. By the way, did you know that Matt's reopened, or am I wrong, or what?
No, I heard they did.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back on the show, and about 15 minutes, we're going to have the greatest political analyst in the world, in my opinion. I mean, I've heard them all. That's Cheryl Chumley. She's really good. And not like Dr. Amy, who's chopped liver there. Come on. She's terrific. She's becoming like, a lot of these problems I talk about are personal. I got to admit it. Are personal problems that I have. She's like having a shrink actually on the show, tending to my difficulties with handling certain things in life, like, marriage, for example.
Right.
And, oh, my God, somebody's head came right up. What, did I take away from your solitaire game? Anyways, Oh, no, we can't do that on the air. Anyways, we're going to take a break right now. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
To making travel plans, Trips and More Travel Agency of Rolla has skilled agents to help you plan that perfect getaway. With over 27 years of combined experience, the agents are dedicated to providing you the highest quality of customer service, specializing in custom travel, family vacation, and destination weddings. Trips and More can make your vacation unique and fun. Stop in today at 116 West 8th Street in Rolla or call 341-3300. That's 341-3300.
Moving, let's talk about Salem, Missouri and what we have to offer. We are located in the center of Missouri, center of the USA, with a great school system, college, beautiful country club. Rivers within 1 hour drive include Jack's Fork, Piney, Gasconade, Merrimack, and 2 state parks. If you're looking to enjoy life with recreation or just enjoy life, call VIP Properties, Pat Tackett, broker, 103 East 4th Street, Salem, Missouri, 573-729-7622.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their #1 hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Al West Collision Center in Rolla is looking for experienced technicians to work in the Rolla locations. 2 years experience is required. Al West offers a competitive benefits package and compensation program. Al West Collision has been voted #1 collision center in the area. Are you motivated and ready to move up in the world? Send your resume to admin@alwestcollision.com or drop by 713 Houston Road in Rolla. For more information, call 573-364-8999. Al West Collision is an equal opportunity employer.
The strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The all-new 2019 Silverados have arrived at Fairground Auto Plaza. Get 0% APR for 72 months or $9,015 in total value on the all-new 2019 Crew Cab LT All-Star Z71 for well-qualified buyers with GM financing. Check out everything Fairground Auto Plaza has to offer. Visit Fairground Auto Plaza at 100 Fairgrounds Road in Rolla for full details. Chevy, find new roads.
The Grand Mick Extreme Bacon Burger is one of McDonald's most popular burgers in Spain. To try one, you'd have to reprogram your GPS,
recalculate it,
go to the airport, leave your car, buy a plane ticket, land in Madrid, and go to McDonald's.
Bienvenido a McDonald's.
Or you could hang that next left and get to your neighborhood McDonald's now. Because for a limited time, the juicy Grand Mick Extreme Bacon Burger and other worldwide favorites are here. Around the world is now around the corner at participating McDonald's for a limited time.
Nice truck. When did you get that?
Thanks. I just got it at Taylor Chrysler. They offered me 20% off the retail price as part of their summer clearance sale. That was $10,000 off. I just couldn't pass it up.
I'm Jeremy Shelton, General Manager at Taylor Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. If you're ready to trade in your old car or truck, our summer clearance event is your best chance yet to drive home in a new one. But hurry, this sale only goes to July 30th at Taylor Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram on South 63 or online at TaylorChryslerRolla.com.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
If you are not prepared to come to that table and to represent that voice, don't come. Because we don't need any more brown faces that don't want to be a brown voice. We don't need black faces that don't want to be a black voice. We don't need Muslims that don't want to be a Muslim voice. We don't need queers that don't want to be a queer voice. And if you're worried about being marginalized and stereotyped, please don't even show up. Because we need you to represent that voice.
So basically what she's saying is that if you are a black person, you better believe like me. If you are a brown person, you better believe like me. If you are a Muslim person, you have to have the Muslim point of view, well, that she has. All right? So you have to believe in me. This is what we call racism. This is racism. You have to have an opinion based on the color of your skin. Isn't that right, Jim Louie?
Yes, sir, it is, Dave. Thank you very much. Couldn't agree more with you. I'm so tired of these people.
Oh,
They're
my God.
idiots.
That was part of the squad. A gal named, I think it's Lisa or something, Presley.
Yeah.
And who said this last night? They wondered if she was related to Elvis Presley. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
No. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Jim. What you got for me today,
Well,
pal?
I'll tell you what, this morning, I know you're doing your show and everything, but earlier this morning on Fox, they did some interview with some college students about, sending these illegal immigrants back to where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
And the president was on, and he said, yes, this is what we got to do. We have already sent 80% more than the previous president before that. So they asked the college students, they said, okay, well, what do you think of that? Well, I think it's very prejudiced. Right. There's something wrong with President Trump.
Yep.
This is crazy. He's ruining our country. So then they go back and they say, hey, wait a minute. That was in 2014 when Obama was president.
Yep. Well, Trump hasn't hardly sent anyone back. It's like 400,000 or 500,000 to Obama's 12 million and to Bush's 10 or 12 million, around there. I mean,
that was.
It's they don't know what the hell. That's right. And they're not hearing it from the mainstream media. They're hearing the opposite about how Trump is so cruel and all this stuff. And there's no crisis at the border. Remember all that crappy stuff? Yeah. Why don't you, Stan, if you can set up the immigration montage like you suggested last night, please do. So we're gonna hear that again because people got to listen to what these guys have said in previous administrations and previous presidencies, and all these idiot senators talking about we got to stop the immigration that's coming in this country and send them back if they're in here illegal. I mean, they all said that. What the hell's the matter with everybody about Trump? Oh, well, if you don't like it here, go back. What is wrong with that? The Irish all got told that. The Jews get told that. Today I get told, I mean, not right this morning, but I've been told that within, months and years ago, short periods ago. So what? So what, really? I mean, is that such a big deal? Go ahead, hit it. We're going to listen to this.
President Trump must stop holding the American people hostage, must stop manufacturing a crisis.
This president just used the backdrop of the Oval Office to manufacture a crisis.
Folks, the president has manufactured one heck of a political crisis for himself.
Donald Trump is manufacturing a national security crisis.
You will hear them say is that this is a manufactured crisis. It's not a national security crisis.
The big scam of the whole address was that there's a crisis. There's not a crisis.
The notion that we have a crisis there, security crisis, is absolute nonsense.
It remains a Seinfeld shutdown, all about nothing. What happens when there is a real crisis? When there is a real emergency? Does he take to the airwaves? Do we give him the airwaves? Do we believe him?
There is not a crisis at the border. It's a manufactured crisis for the president to get a political win.
He's determined to convince you there is a crisis at the border, even though an intelligence official tells CNN, quote, no one is saying this is a crisis except them.
Well, they all know now it's a crisis, don't they?
They do. For sure. But it's a crisis. When Obama was in, it was a crisis. He even said it.
Well, it's been a crisis for 50, 60 years. And no president has dealt with it. Not one until now.
Now.
Okay, now it's his fault all of a sudden. They can't get away with this. Listen, Trump's got a 50%. We're going to have Liz Cabrera coming out. Boy, I like the way I do that. And she is going to talk about this. She's a Cuban refugee, and she was taken out of Cuba when she was 6 years old, and she knows what a crisis is. And she's a legal immigrant. She's a legal immigrant. Okay, came to this country under the right way, and so we're going to hear from her. That's going to be real interesting because she He has a lot of friends in the Latino community, and Latinos are more and more liking and going to support Donald Trump. A lot more Latinos than anyone ever thought voted for Trump. I think it was like 39% in the last election. Nobody saw that coming. Okay, nobody. And it's only
Dave,
increasing.
I'll tell you what. I want to thank you for your time. Real quick, though, I want to tell you, I Googled yesterday how to make a fire.
Yeah.
And I got 48,500 matches. Thank you for your time, Dave.
Wait. I got to think of something.
Okay.
Can I think of something?
Okay, I'm here.
Let's see. Do you hear about the farmer thief? Yeah, but they got him out in bail. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim the Joke Man. Remember Jackie the Joke Man on the Howard Stern show? Oh, I got Jim the Joke Man here. You always got a joke for me. I love that. Thanks, Jim.
We'll see you later.
You have a great weekend. All right, we're back on the show. You want to be a star in the Dave Weinbaum Show? Call 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Welcome to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Tonight's feature is Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, featuring their greatest hits, guaranteed low prices, guaranteed work, and their number one hit, locally owned and operated. So call and get your tickets to the greatest rock and roll show on earth. Melrose Asphalt and Quarry, 364-9101. That's 364-9101. Melrose Asphalt is a local business and not an actual rock band.
Reality check number 31. New cars can go from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. Why can't new car loans move like that? At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We may look like typical bankers, but when it comes to car loans, we're downright speed demons. We approve loans in record time, so you can get that new baby on the road ASAP. And by the way, you really do look good in that new ride. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011. The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 across from the Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto repair experience. Their name says mufflers, but they do it all. And now you can visit them on Highway 63 South, just across from the Phelps County Fairgrounds. Muffler Mart in Rolla. For more information or appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434.
Wow, Marianne, it's been another busy day here at Miller Glass.
Yes, it has, Kathy. Our auto glass guys have been rocking.
Yes, they have. Rock chips, windshield replacements, and regulators.
Yeah, and don't forget that we also do headlight restoration and side view mirror replacements.
Remember, there is no job too big or too small for the Miller Glass Auto team.
And we also have mobile service. At Miller Glass, we install it all.
Fixing your computer should be as easy as learning your ABCs, right? Wrong. The easiest way to fix a computer is to take a hammer to it, but that doesn't fix anything. So go back to the ABC basics, or really just the A, like an A1 Tech of Rolla LLC. A1 Tech takes the stress out of repairs for you with quick turnaround on all electronic repairs. With mobile pickup and on-site services, including evening and weekends, A1 Tech will be sure to have you up and running as quickly as possible. Give them a call at 458-9175 or visit a1techofrolla.com.
Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
I want to thank those Democrats because many of them voted for us. The vote was a totally lopsided 332 to 95 to 1. 332 to 95. Think of it. We have the strongest economy in history, the lowest unemployment numbers ever. We've rebuilt the most powerful military. It was totally depleted when I took office, and now it's rebuilt. We passed the largest tax cuts and regulation cuts of any president or any administration in history. We took care of our great vets, including Veterans Choice and Veterans Accountability.
I wrote back on the show. I've got a good friend Chester on the line. Chester, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Could you call me after my interview, which is calling, I believe, right now? Can you do that? Sure. Can you call me back? All right, I'm sorry about that.
Sure.
I thought I had more time.
Okay, hold on, Cheryl.
All right, Cheryl Chumley's on the line, and we're going to play her song as soon as Stan gets his hands free. And Cheryl Chumley is
Cheryl,
great.
are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right, hold on.
We're going to take care of you, Cheryl.
All right.
I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of bad kicks in my face, but I've come through. I need to go on. We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting.
Novak Journalism Fellow, online editor of the Washington Times, writer, speaker, and the media goddess to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Cheryl Chumley. There she is. Hey, I think I'm hearing applause from West Virginia. And in the capital, too. Wow, how about that? Your neighbors love you, too. Hey, welcome to the show again, Cheryl. How are you?
I'm great. Always great to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to have you here. Hey, I understand that a third of the Democrats say that white politicians cannot criticize blacks. I assume the opposite isn't true. Your thoughts?
I cannot believe this poll. This came from Rasmussen polling, and I can't believe it wasn't more widely reported than when it was. It's true. According to Rasmussen polling, the 1 in 3 Democrat likely voters think that if you're a white politician and you criticize a black politician for policies or for anything, then that automatically makes you a racist. And you're right. Does the opposite apply? I doubt it.
Yeah, well, the squad is obviously believes in that. If you whisper a minor protest, they will call you out as a racist. They called out Nancy Pelosi and Bite Me as racist, for goodness sakes, as well as Kamala Harris calling Joe Biden racist. I mean, it's so prevalent that it's a conversation ender, in my opinion. What do you think?
It absolutely is, and I think that's the whole goal of the left, to stifle any contrasting views. But, you know, the Republicans, conservatives have been suffering under this system for years now. It's just, it's odd to me that they would go after their own this way. Like you said, Biden and Nancy Pelosi being called racist by members of their own party, it defies logic.
Well, it seems to me that Trump has a strategy in dealing with the squad based on their accusations, and Trump condemned them for being racist. Do you think he's manipulating them to become the leaders of the Democratic Party?
I'm sure he is. I don't know Trump personally, and I know that there's always this strategy that's being talked about that the White House is allowing certain things to go forward because it's part of their strategy, while there are plenty of arguments to the contrary, saying that the White House doesn't have a clue in what it's doing, and it's just Trump tweeting all this stuff on his own. Either way, I don't think it matters, because I think Americans, by and large, don't like being called racist. They don't like the racist card being thrown down when it's not justified. And the left is falling into a trap with this, and I think we're going to see some backlash in the next elections.
See, I would agree with you. I would agree that this is not being done by the White House. I think Trump's doing this on his own, maybe against the advice of everyone else. But you know what? He's the one that's smart. He's winning. I'm sure all Bush's advisors and Romney's advisors got around him and said, don't say anything about them calling you a racist and not paying your taxes and all that. Just don't say anything. Ignore it. Well, how'd that work out for them? I mean, they got people to believe that they were racist, and or in Romney's case, he killed an employee's wife because she didn't have insurance from one of his companies. And they said nothing to defend themselves. Trump defends himself. Trump defends America. People see that. You know, America, he's claimed as a racist country. Trump takes them on. So I think it's Trump, and I think it works.
Yeah, I think the worst thing Trump could do is listen to his advisors, to listen to the establishment wing of the Republican Party. Trump won the White House by doing the exact opposite of what the establishment and elitist wing of the Republican Party said is supposed to be the rules you play by. And he hasn't alienated his base any, and I'm sure he's picked up plenty of the independents who like the economy, who like how Trump is treating Israel, who like certain policies being pushed by this administration that the left is busily tearing down, for crying out loud. The left can't even admit the economy is chugging along in a positive direction right now. And that bodes poorly for the Democratic Party.
What else do they got? They're not doing anything in Congress, or they have control of Congress, the House, and they're not legislating properly in terms of immigration law. You know, they're not doing a darn thing. Hey, is the state, Cheryl, is the state via socialism stealing God's thunder?
Well, my whole view about socialism is that it goes hand in hand with godlessness. You can't be socialist and claim that you believe in God. I just don't see it, because socialism is all about pushing God from the public arena and instituting big government in God's place. That's my view. That's been my view for years, and I think if Americans don't recognize that battle for what it is, not just a political but a spiritual battle, I think that it's going to tear our country from the inside. And I think in a few years our country is going to be completely unrecognizable.
Here's some late news on our friend Ilhan Omar, Congresswoman from Minnesota. She wants the USA to boycott Israel because the United States boycotted Nazi Germany in World War II.
Yeah,
let that sink in for a moment. And what do you think about that?
It's ridiculous. The rhetoric coming from these four members of Congress, you know, the so-called squad, whom I've dubbed the squanderers because of their socialist giveaway policies. But the rhetoric coming from all four of them is ridiculous. And Ilhan Omar, about the worst anti-Israel congresswoman, congressional member to ever sit in Congress. I just can't envision. I can't think of any other anti-Israel member of Congress that beats her in denouncing our Jewish friends. And I think what's going to happen is the tables are going to turn on her, and in the next few months you're going to find out some of these allegations against her coming to light, specifically the ones about her marrying her brother, her skirting IRS laws, and so forth. I think that we're going to have some real factual reporting that's going to show her in a deep, dark light. And, let the transparency reign.
So saying send her back to her own country might become a reality based on the fact that she just might be, and it's looking more and more, because she has no defense, apparently, because I haven't heard any, but she might be going back to her own country, Somalia. So
she won't speak on these allegations.
I know. Why not?
And they're not coming from the conservative media. They're coming from the local media.
Yeah.
And moving into the mainstream. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes in the next few weeks, few months.
Rashid Tlaib talks about impeaching the president, and she claims that she's not going to be bullied. Now, the squad here, who is the bully here? Is it President Trump bullying them around, or is it the squad bullying the Democratic Party and trying to bully the president? I'm confused.
Well, let's remember it was Tlaib who just, as soon as she won re-election, or as soon as she won election, she made those public statements about get the mother effer out of the White House.
Yes.
I mean, she was dropping the F-bomb at the president.
Yeah.
So if that doesn't count as bullying, I don't know what is. But this is how the left plays it. Trump responds to the bully tactics of the left, and the left cries that Trump is the aggressor.
Right.
Trump has always been on the defense from the get-go, from 2015, 2016, when he announced he was running for the presidency. He has been on the defense.
He's a counter-puncher, as what he says.
Exactly.
Yeah. So has Trump, by manipulating, and I think he has, manipulating the squad to become the new leaders of the Democratic and new faces of the Democratic Party, how has this impacted the 25 mental midgets currently running as Democrat socialists for the presidency?
Well, I agree that Trump is doing a brilliant job of pushing and pointing out the socialist aspects of these members of Congress. But the worry that Americans should have is that Tom Perez, chief of the DNC, months ago said that these were indeed the new faces of the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
So this is where we're at in America. Do we choose freedom? Do we choose the Democratic Republic as we're supposed to be versus socialism? And this is where we're going to be in the next few elections, in my mind.
So are you saying Trump was inspired by Tom Perez?
I'm just saying that Trump picked up on what Perez said and didn't dismiss it like so many of our friends in the media.
I love it when people have the strategy that is going to send them to the bottom of a hole. I just love it, don't you? Hey, other than DaveWeinbaum.net, Cheryl, where can people find you?
On Twitter at CK Chumley or my website, CherylChumley.com.
I was in a restaurant about a week ago, and I saw pork wings on a menu. Does that mean that pigs really do fly? Ladies and gentlemen, Cheryl Chumley calling all the way from Virginia. Thank you so much, Media Goddess. You are the best analyst of politics in the world, in my opinion.
Oh, gee.
Thank you.
Dave.
You're not going to dispute me, are you?
No.
Thank you, Cheryl.
No.
Thanks, Cheryl.
All right, bye-bye. Have a great weekend. And we have a caller just now. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chester.
Oh, thanks, Chester.
Doolittle.
Thanks. Chester called just before the interview.
Hi.
You do that every week, though. You call a minute before I have an interview.
Well, yeah.
Your timing is awful. So now I can talk to you, because then I got pressure when I got to.
There you go.
Take care of my guests. I got to take care of you.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Anyway,
You're free to talk.
Cheryl Chumley.
All right, I'm
said
done.
A lot of the things
I'm done. That's enough, Chester.
About, so I'll skip over those.
What's that now?
Cheryl Chumley spoke about a lot of the things that I was thinking of, so I'll skip over that.
Okay.
Let me give some advice. This is going to be a first one. Let me give some advice to Dr. Amy Hakim.
Oh, God.
Okay.
You're going to advise a PhD
Yep. This is very
psychologist.
important for her. She needs to
What
get
are your
her-
credentials, sir?
I ride a bicycle.
You write a column, too, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, the bicycle. Okay, you're going to give her advice on the bicycle. All right, well, then you might be an expert on that. So go ahead.
First of all, she did not fall off her bicycle. She had a crash. Remember, she can fill in the details however she wants to after that. The important part.
How do you know? Okay, so she crashed her bicycle. After the crash, you might have fell off, though, right?
No.
Huh?
You don't fall off a bicycle. Nobody falls off a bicycle. That sounds silly. She had a crash.
Would you stop insulting my guests? My guests on my show? Yeah, she's going to hear this, and she's going to say, whoa, Weinbaum, let him
me explain.
Insult
You're
me.
buzzing over it. It's not what happened. It's how you tell what happened that counts.
Ivy.
You never go and tell a crowd, oh, I fell off my bicycle. That sounds silly. They'll say, oh, you're a little girl. You don't know how to ride a bicycle. You say, I had a crash while riding my bicycle.
So you want to be, that's the macho way of saying it, right?
Or bike
rack. Not macho. That's the way to always tell the story. You have to be a storyteller. In her line of work, she should know how to tell stories.
Oh, my God. So
you want credibility, right?
So are you just now destroying the credibility of a psychologist PhD? I'm going to tell him.
Absolutely not. I'm improving it. To the next level.
Oh, based on your knowledge of crashing bicycles, right?
I never tear down people. I always help raise them up to the next level.
I do have to admit that I've taken some of your suggestions. Although not all.
And you made a fortune on them.
Wait a minute. What are you telling me? You didn't advise me on the stocks I bought.
I told you about adding bacon to various burger options, and next thing I know,
please. You had nothing to do with that. That came from the company. I've been telling that for centuries. I told them that.
It's okay.
Oh, my God.
You stole the idea. That's okay.
We stole your idea. Well, you got to go after all the fast food people and all the other businesses, all the other restaurants
I don't favor the others.
Have bacon, and you got to do it all over the world. You might have a $1 billion lawsuit here, maybe multi-billion. Then you can then you can say, I told them so. You can just say, I told them so.
No, I'd rather just support McDonald's.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Chester. Hi to your lovely bride, Martha, and you have a great weekend, my friend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Everybody's a smart ass. You know that?
Yeah.
Not that that I mean that in a nasty way. I think it's a funny way. It's like what what do you call a donkey that counts? Smart ass. Okay. And Chester's kind of a smart ass,
Yeah.
But he does have some good stuff.
Yeah.
He's the one that said, slow down on the phone number. People can't hear it.
Right.
And I was saying it quickly. So now I say, call the show. 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control, community-born, community-raised, community serving.
Owning a business can be tough, and knowing what insurance you need can be confusing. Help is here with the Daniel & Henry Company. Daniel & Henry Company is an independent insurance broker providing a full range of risk management and insurance products and services for clients locally, nationally, and internationally. They find cost-effective solutions for your business and personal needs, from work comp, general liability, property and auto, and all points in between. Protecting your business is their business. Call Richard Boyette at the Daniel & Henry Company today, 314-444-5011.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
The Akar Real Estate sign in the yard is your first step to sold. Whether buying or selling, put the best team of realtors to work for you. Akar Real Estate is the top-selling real estate agency in 4 counties. They work diligently to make your real estate transactions happen. Independently owned and operated for over 12 years by Delek Akar, broker-owner. When you want results that move you, call the professionals at Akar Real Estate at 368-SELL. That's Akar Real Estate at 368-7355.
Sales results obtained from Maris Incorporated.
If you've watched Storage Wars, you know how smelly and moldy your valuables can get. Daniel's climate-controlled units ends all that. It's like a spa for your stuff. Call Investment Realty at 364-4050 and reserve a unit for Daniel's climate-controlled and secure storage. That's 364-4050.
When you're ready to find the best steak in Rolla, head over to Sydney's at 707 North Pine in downtown Rolla. All their steaks are aged 30 days and hand-cut to perfection. This weekend is Ribeye Weekend. Get a 16-ounce ribeye steak with Sydney's signature spice blend and 2 sides, only $14.99. And choose Sydney's with over 100 different whiskeys, scotches, and bourbons, and over a dozen draft beers to complement the best steak around. Call 426-3707 for reservations. Lunch specials on Facebook. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 1:30 a.m. daily.
If you're in the food business and your walk-in cooler quits, do you think you can call just any heating and refrigeration guy to fix it? Think again. Time is money, and you don't want to have to wait while an air conditioner repairman tries to figure out what's wrong. At Cox Brothers, food equipment repair is who we are. We have the specialized training and know-how to protect your expensive and fragile inventory while we repair your broken equipment. When you need food service repairs, go right to the experts. Cox Brothers Food Equipment Repair in St. James. We'll keep the hot side hot and the cold side cold.
95 years of serving families in the Rolla community. This is Rick Miller at Null & Son Funeral Home. For a business to be successful for 95 years takes hard work, determination, respect, and compassion for the community and the families we serve. This year, Null & Son Funeral Home proudly celebrates our 95th anniversary. 95 years of providing the finest funeral service, always at an affordable cost. It has been our honor to serve your family.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Can you imagine if we didn't have to go through that hoax? I don't know that we would have done any better. To be honest with you, I think we've done more in 2.5 years than any president ever. First 2.5 years. But could you imagine what it could have been if we didn't have the... I won't say it because it's a terrible word. So I will not say that this guy said if we didn't have the bullshit. That's right. No, could you imagine if we didn't have the time wasted, the time and everything? Can you imagine? And you know, a friend of mine said, maybe you wouldn't have done as well. Is that possible? That could happen. Maybe we would have had too much time in our hands. Who knows? But I can say nobody in their first 2.5 years has done anywhere close to what we, not me, what we've all done.
Ain't that the truth? You know, if he hadn't had that phony witch hunt hoax investigation going on, and we all know it was a hoax. We know that it was illegal. That we know that this was a coup in cooperation with the Obama administration and the Hillary Clinton campaign and the DNC to effectively overturn an election and to overthrow after the election
a duly elected president of the United States of America. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Bridget again. I got this one. I got to tell. The
right.
guy who called just before me.
Yeah.
He said, you don't say you fall off the bike. So when you fall off the horse, do you crash the horse?
Oh my goodness! You got him. Way to go, Bridget. All right, that's why I let you on a second time, because I knew you'd have something good. That a girl. Thank you very much. You have a great weekend up there in Maine, okay? Thanks.
Okay, you the same. Bye.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
That's a good point, Chester. Oh, there's Chester, I'll bet.
I'll bet you. All right. Hi, Chester. How you doing? Hi, Chester.
Good morning.
Who's this? Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Joe from Salem.
Oh, Joe. I thought it was Chester. Sorry. What can I do for you, Joe?
Trying to overthrow a nation. Isn't that sort of like treason?
Yeah. Thank you, my friend.
Isn't that an assassination type thing when they perform a treason against the country? They put them in jail forever.
Yeah.
Put them up against a wall and do away with them. They're not supposed to be doing that. That's illegal,
These
man.
are appointed leaders led by who? Who was the leader of our country at the time this started?
Mr. Obama.
You're darn right. And you think he's either incompetent and didn't know about it, right? Or he's competent and he knows what his Department of Justice is doing. And this all happened under Barack Hussein Obama.
He's a smart man. He knows exactly what he's doing. Put him in jail where he belongs.
Nobody thinks he was incompetent other than his stupid policies. He did a very great job of getting stupid policies passed. Okay,
he did a good job of that. Yes, he did.
Oh yeah.
And now they got to undo him.
Well, okay.
And then they got to try to fix him.
Yeah, exactly. Then and that's tough to do. When, as Trump was saying, that's tough to do when you're being investigated. All your people, all your children, all your wife, and anyone that works for your campaign is being tortured and investigated by the FBI. That's what he's been under. He's been under all that pressure. And as he said, think of what I could have gotten done if I didn't have that.
Yeah.
And so. They got to come down hard on these guys, or we're never going to have justice again in this country.
Part of our country's freedom.
I tell you what, it's like, I'm quoting liberals here when I say this. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
Yep.
How about that?
Yep. That works.
Put that in your racist lingo, and we'll go along with that, okay? No justice, no peace. Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate the call, Joe.
You bet.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, you want to be starring the show like Joe? Call 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. Now, I just want to set this up a little bit because I did an interview with a couple local Rolla guys up here and a little bit back, and it's about the new Green Deal. Hit it, Stan. I'm here in the streets of Rolla, and I'm with Cletus and Clem, and I want to know what they think about the Green New Deal. What do you think about it, fellas?
Well, I like the idea myself. I heard all about it a little bit. Well, I just think green's good. Anything green is good.
Yeah, but, I don't know about that green stuff. They kind of might mess up your head sometimes.
Your pickup is green. What are you talking about?
Well, because I like my green pickup. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
So you're okay with no cars, no pickup trucks, no planes, no fossil fuel, no jobs, tearing down every structure and rebuilding them. Then the elimination of all meat, including pork and prime rib. You know, the worst thing about that is that Clem and Cleta stole my microphones.
Yeah.
Bastards, where are they? Come on. Cough them up. You know, well, that's, the reaction to the New Green Deal. It's about as stupid as what these guys were rejecting.
Right.
So
right.
Clement Cletus, thank you for the interview. I appreciate that.
Hey, you were talking about a local guy. I just made friends on Facebook with a guy, Stephen Hughes. He is the Navy recruiter in Rolla.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do a shout out to him.
Okay, great. Super. And Lisa wanted to give a shout out about something that she found on our lawn when the lawnmower guy got. You want to tell him about that, Lisa?
Yeah, he called me over. He stopped weed eating for a minute and called me over, and he said, you got a nest of bunnies in your yard.
Yeah,
and we saw these
news, right?
little
We love bunnies.
And we saw these little tiny bunny heads burrowed down deep in there.
Yeah.
But then Gracie came over and started sniffing around.
Who's Gracie?
Gracie is the wild dog that we have.
Yeah. What kind of a dog is she, by the way?
Well, I think she enjoys killing things.
Yeah, and she's the
typical dog.
What do we find her eating in her room?
A possum.
A possum, yeah.
So I'm just hoping there are no little tiny baby bunnies
Yeah.
drug into the house when we get home.
Okay.
I did put some tomato cages around them and
Yeah.
a wire grill, and we'll see what
You
happens.
think that'll keep her out, Gracie?
Don't know. I put the Weinbaum sign on top of it, so...
So that's definitely that will be intimidation right there.
Uh-huh.
All right, well that's going to be a real interesting thing to see whether the bunnies survive.
I hope the bunnies survive.
Oh my God!
So,
All right,
anyway.
well, we got I got an interview coming up in about 30 seconds. Anyways, why don't you go ahead and start his song, if you can. This is Elad Hakim, so stay tuned.
KKID Salem Rolla.
All right, so we're back on the show, and did he call?
Yeah.
Oh, hi there. Welcome to the show, and let me give you a proper greeting. I turned away to look at my phone. I was getting texted something. Yes. Oh, my lovely wife is blowing a kiss at me. Isn't that special? Isn't that special? Bye,
See you.
honey.
Bye, Lisa.
Listen to the radio. Okay, anyways, we have powerful South Florida lawyer, political and legal pundit, a soccer aficionado, and the Perry Mason to the Dave Weinbaum Show, Elad Hakim. Oh, my goodness. I can't believe you're actually matching your wife on the applause that's coming out of this crowd. Anyways, welcome to the show, Elad.
Thank you.
So, Socialist Bernie wants...
My mistake.
Okay. Socialist Bernie wants to give the right to vote to convicted felons, including murderers and terrorists like the Boston bomber. Whatever could be wrong with this?
A lot. There's a lot that could be wrong with it, and I don't know. I don't know what there is to say about it. It's not the first time they proposed it, and I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, I've written about it before. I don't think it's going to happen, and there's not much more. There's not much more to be said about it. It goes against everything that the country stands for, and they shouldn't be able to do it. I think that he also proposed. Yeah, I mean, he proposed it in the past with regard to the bombers, and it's not going to happen. So
Okay.
I don't know much more. There's not much more.
Well, you wrote a whole column on it, so there must be something to say about it. So.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote about it a while ago, and there just wasn't. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy, and
Of
I don't
course
think
it
it has. It's in line with socialist, ultra, far left, other crazy proposals, and I don't think it's not gonna lead anywhere.
Now, the Al Green, that's Congressman Al Green, Trump impeachment train continues to chug along without a crime or a misdemeanor charged. Isn't this bad for America? Who wins politically on this, Dems or Republicans?
Oh, I think definitely Republicans. You know, I recently wrote about it. It should be coming out today, and I think that he put them in a really, I'm talking Green, put Democrats in a pickle because, like you said, you know, there's only several ways to get somebody impeached. It's either bribery, treason, neither of which apply to Trump, and the only other way would be by way of high crimes and misdemeanors. And you know, high crimes and misdemeanors, while it's not really well defined and it can kind of fit a wide variety, if you look at historically speaking, what is it, only 2 or 3, I think it was 3 presidents were ever impeached, and there was nothing close to what he claimed that Trump did. And if you notice what Green was relying on, it was Trump's tweets and prior statements that he made about how he referred to immigrants or immigrant countries. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous. It doesn't even come close, and it didn't even make it out of the House. I think the House tabled it, so they, which puts them also in a bind because now it's on the record that people didn't agree. Democrats didn't agree for impeachment purposes, and they were in a tough position there. They were in a really tough position because on the one hand, they had pressure from some to impeach the president, but they knew politically that if they try to impeach the president now based on what they have, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. That people don't want to see this. People are not in the mood of seeing impeachment now.
Nancy Pelosi was not in favor of this, but she apparently has no power anymore over people doing stuff like this. She knows it's going to hurt the Democratic Party. Is she like kind of like only a speaker in name only, and these people are actually doing anything they want?
You know, that's a really good question, and it's hard to tell. People underestimate Nancy Pelosi. She's smart. I mean, she's been doing this for a while, and she's in a tough bind because she has to play. She's kind of trying to have her cake and eat it too. She's trying to play both sides. So it's a tough question of whether these 4 freshman socialist progressive Democrat are actually taking control. The Democrats better hope not, because if they are, and you know, if they are, I think they're going to have a real tough time come 2020, because I just can't see the people, you know, American voters putting someone like that in office. And the trouble that Pelosi has and the Democrats have is that many of the people who are actually running, you know, they have, 20-something candidates, they're not too far removed from some of these 4 people. I mean, they're socialists, they're progressive, and the Democrats don't have really anyone to kind of balance the scale on the other end. You know, they thought that Biden was going to do it, but Biden's not going anywhere. Biden's got his own problems. So Pelosi is in a position where she knows, you know, I think deep in her heart she knows that this progressive socialist way is not going to rule the day. But what's she supposed to do? She's trying to kind of keep the balance. But these four women are pretty powerful now. And ironically, this whole tweet storm that Trump did, Trump now has caused the Democrats to kind of align with these 4 women. So the
it's
Democrats
amazing.
now are basically being defined by this progressive, ultra. I mean, these women are way far to the left.
The irony is that these the squad, they call them, that they want to be known everywhere, and so does Trump. They're aligned in making them famous and making them the face of the Democratic Party, and it's working.
I thought that Trump's tweet. I did not think it was racist. All right, let me just state that on the record. I did not think it was racist. Do I think it could have been a little bit more artfully crafted or drafted? Probably, but that's not really Trump.
Right.
Trump is but I don't think it was racist, and I think that people have taken it out of context and, you know, taken bits and pieces of the tweet. I mean, the whole tweet, if you read it in its context, he's basically saying, if you don't love our country, then you're free to leave the country.
Yeah, pretty much. He didn't name him either, did he?
No, I mean, it's period. Now, could he have said it in a little bit more artfully, a bit more artful of a way? Probably. But this
now,
is
do you think his advisors? Do you think he even checked with his advisors on this, or did he just go off on his own and do this? I think he went off on his own and did it.
I do too. I don't think that his advisors would have recommended this type of tweet, but you know what? That's what makes Trump Trump.
Yes.
He's not always artistic in the way he says things, but he makes his point, and he thinks so far ahead.
Yes, he's playing a chess game, and these guys are playing hopscotch.
Correct. And, this is a political, in my opinion, they're politicizing this because it, again, deflects away from the problems within their own party. I mean, remember, before this tweet, there was a big fight between Pelosi and Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah.
And then this tweet came out, and okay, great, the Democrats, let's move away from this for a minute. Let's try to unify and attack the president on this.
Sure.
So, but this too will vanish, and no matter what Trump does, at the end of the day, the Democrats still have the fundamental problem that they've faced since Trump was elected. They don't have a message.
They're not doing anything except hating Trump. Hating Trump is
correct.
Is their main
is not going to win
contribution to America. We hate Trump. Where's their legislation? Where's their legislation in immigration? All right, the so-called
how are they supposed to propose it?
The
only legislation, the loudest people that are legislating anything are legislating such far wide-reaching socialist policies that some of the Democrats realize, holy cow, if this is what we have to sell, we may have a problem because this is not going to win.
Now,
2020, it'd be shocking.
There was a chant in the audience last couple of days ago when Trump, we're going to hear it on the show here. What was it? Send them back.
Send them back, I think it was.
Send them back. Now, has anybody ever told, you're Jewish and I'm Jewish. Has anyone ever told you to go back to your own country? Of course, you're a big guy and I'm a little guy. Nobody's going to pick on you, right?
I think you're a bigger guy than I am. But, I don't remember. I'm sure I've heard it in the past.
I've been told that. I've been told to go home, and I'm thinking to myself, well, where was home? My parents came over from, my grandfather came over from Russia, all right, close to Romania. But then I'm thinking, I'm Jewish. Wait a minute, my home, my ancestral home is really Israel. So how bad would it be going back to Israel? I don't understand. It was almost like encouraging me to go back and commit aliyah,
Yeah, very nice. I like the pronunciation too.
Thank you.
I think you mean Aliyah, right?
Thanks for pointing out the fact that I'm an idiot.
Nah, listen. I think that I can definitely see how some would construe the chant as being offensive, and I really don't think it was necessary. So I agree with the president. I don't know if Trump is saying it more to be politically correct, and whether he, in reality, didn't have a problem with it. But, look, you got to be careful with what you say at the end of the day. You have to be careful because you don't want to be construed as being,
well, you don't want to have obvious racist creeds, but I don't think that was racist. I mean,
you also don't want to hang a steak in front of a bunch of hungry dogs.
Lock her up.
What I mean?
Lock her up. Remember that? How about this one? Impeach 25. Impeach, or 45. Impeach 45. Where did that come from? How about no justice, no peace? I just used it on the show. Where did that come from? No justice, no peace.
That one I agree with. Okay,
so do I. I just talked about it.
The second one I think is more questionable than the first. Impeach, great, impeach, but that can't be construed in any racist type of way.
How about get in their face? How about get in their face?
I agree with you.
Okay, get in their face. Maxine Waters, come on.
As violent.
They weren't talking about getting into anybody's face, but generally white people who support Trump and wear MAGA hats, although there are a lot of black people that support Trump and wear MAGA hats. Do you believe that?
Here's the difference.
Yeah.
For Trump to do it, Trump doesn't need to hang. It's like putting a juicy steak in front of a bunch of hungry dogs. Whenever Trump does something that is questionable, he's hanging himself there for the media and for the left to bite on it. All right. Unfortunately, the left is not on the same boat. They have more free rein to do what they want.
I don't think he's hanging himself. I think he's baiting them to hook themselves on it.
I don't mean hanging
that's all they. To your point earlier, that's all they got. He's just feeding you more.
Right. But why do it necessarily? Like, he could have made the same point, saying something a little less controversial.
So let's go.
Look, if you don't want, like exactly what we said, if you don't like it here, then leave.
Let's go back to how he handled the 17 Republicans. He said a lot of tough, nasty things and had names for everybody. He was especially tough on John McCain, which eventually came to bite him when John McCain withdrew his vote to spite Donald Trump and sacrificed the country's health care on his animus for Trump. So, but how did he get elected? Amongst those how did he get to be the candidate amongst those 17 other Republicans?
Because he was fresh and he's new and he's not in bed with Washington. He's not a career politician.
And he called people names. Sleepy, what was his name? Sleepy Bush. And
Sleepy Joe or something
Sleepy
like
Joe,
that. Oh, now
Sleepy
that's what
Bush,
he's calling it. But
Crooked Hillary and all that stuff. You see that he does that. He brands people, and it sticks.
You're right.
It sounds stupid, but it sticks. Now that he's president. So when
he has to consider how to appeal to moderates and to independents and to women. And here, I think it's going to be twofold. I think, one, he has to be a little bit more careful with what he says. Although, you're right, that kind of, he wasn't, and he still won.
Yeah.
But, two, I think that the fact that the Democrats are so far to the left helps him. So, unlike the first time around, where the first time he ran, it wasn't like this. I mean, this is almost as if the Democrats have a real uphill battle, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Who are they going to put up there?
Yeah. And
unless they have somebody in their back pocket, who are they going to put up there? Kamala Harris?
It beats me. I don't see it. I mean, I think Trump has. Trump has baited the whole situation to where all they're doing is trying to impeach him. They tried to oust him in a coup, and none of it worked. And that's all they focused on was hating Trump. And they assumed that the American people hated Trump too. And they're wrong. And they're garnering more and more votes as people, it's revealed to people that that's all they've got is hating Trump. They don't have anything.
Because they're afraid, they know deep inside that their message, their platform of far, far left likely won't sell.
Right.
It just can't sell, so they're holding on to what they have. And that's, can we bring enough people in that hate Trump so as to defeat him come 2020? I don't think so. Because at the end of the day, are people going to vote against their own best interests just to spite the president?
I have a legal question to ask you, sir. When Pelosi and Hillary gave warnings to illegal alien felons subject to ICE deportation, legal arrests and or deportations, was that obstruction of justice?
I don't know, and I'd have to kind of look into it. I don't think so, because I think that what they were doing, what they said was technically correct. It was legally correct. I mean, they said if you have a ICE warrant, then the ICE agents can't come in your house where you have a reasonable expectation of privacy, so don't open the door. But I don't know. That's an interesting question, and I'd have to look into that and get back to you.
All right, please do. Please do. All right, hey, where can people find you other than DaveWeinbaum.net?
By the way, next time we have to talk about the Laura Loomer case. That's a really...
Oh, yeah, wait. Let's talk about that. I forgot all about it. So tell me what you think. Give me a quick synopsis of that.
I think it's fascinating.
Yes.
I think it's fascinating, and I think we'll see what happens. But in essence,
Give a little background now. Laura Loomer is suing Facebook for $3 billion. She's also suing Twitter and Care. I don't know for how much.
In essence, what she's saying is that they labeled her as a dangerous person.
Right. And they did.
Their policies, I'm talking about Facebook at least, their policies state that a dangerous person is someone who promotes terror or whatever it is. She doesn't fit under the definition of dangerous. And in doing so, they've also endangered her, from a security standpoint. They've ruined her reputation, et cetera, and they're suing her on three different versions of defamation. Defamation per se, defamation by implication, and then one more. Interesting, the defamation per se occurs when there are certain categories that constitute defamation per se, and one of which is if they question your ability to do your job. So, but interestingly, it's going to be really, really interesting to see how this plays out.
Now, she's a friend of mine, and I follow her, and I don't find where she's done anything wrong. Not a thing.
Well, that's their claim. Their claim is that their defense is that, hey, she's a journalist. She provides factual information. She doesn't do anything that falls under your definition of a dangerous person that warrants banning her from any of these social media sites. And they want these media sites to pay now. And they're seeking big bucks.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens.
All right, well, keep me posted. I'm glad you reminded me of that. Where can people find you, Elad?
They can find me on Facebook at Thoughtfully Conservative and at Thoughtful GOP on Twitter. And then Elad Hakim PA is my law firm, so they can feel free to reach out to me if they have any legal questions.
Did you know I was fired as a gardener, Elad?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I just didn't do very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Elad Hakim, thank you so much for being a star guest on the Dave Weinbaum Show, although you're not as big of a star as your wife. Thank you.
Absolutely not.
Shabbat shalom, my friend. Hi to the kids, okay? Thanks. Bye-bye.
Shabbat shalom.
And we have another caller, is that correct? Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's your dear friend, Adolf. How's my favorite Jewish radio host?
Adolf, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Man, did we have a great...
I got to get this right. How's Joanne, right?
Joanne's good.
Good. Hey, I got it right. Yay! Takes me a while, All right, so what's up, my friend?
We took that trip to New Jersey.
Yeah, how was it?
That was great. We had our little Mustang in the parade.
Did you wear your MAGA hats?
You betcha. We had Pulaski County Republicans. I'll have to send you a picture.
Yeah, please
do. In the parade. And now, Audubon is kind of it used to be a heavy union city and kind of Democrat.
Uh-huh.
And I tell you what, in that parade, all we got was cheers and waves and hi and how you doing? And one guy asked, "Where's Pulaski County?" And I said, "Central Missouri."
All right.
It was great.
And did he say, "Are you around the Dave Weinbaum Show?"
Yeah, I even told a few people about Dave Weinbaum Show.
Good.
What's that?
He told a few
people. You told a few people. Thanks for spreading the word, my friend.
Oh, yeah, we spread the word all over the place.
Super. Well, I'm glad you're great. Thanks for the report on your successful trip, and I'm glad you were safe and nobody attacked you or anything.
Well, I tell you one thing, though.
What's that?
I probably burned up more brake pads out there than I ever used to do around here in about 5 years.
Why is that? Because of the traffic?
Oh, the crazy drivers.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. That's the East Coast for you. At least they know how to do it, though. They know how to drive crazy and get away with it. See, I drive crazy out here.
Get away with it.
Well, I'm from Chicago. I'm an ex-pizza delivery guy, and I had to make time. I drive like that out here, and people think I'm nuts. So, what can I tell you? Hey, Adolf, my friend, I got to go. Thank you so much, and you have a great weekend, okay?
Yeah, have a great one yourself.
Thanks, Adolf.
Martha.
Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name? This is Martha from Doolittle.
I'm calling from north of Doolittle.
North of Doolittle. Hi, Martha.
Yes,
how are you?
I'm fine. With all of the talk about America, love it or leave it, I wanted to remind all of your intelligent listeners of that short story that we read back in high school called "The Man Without a Country" by Edward Everett Hale.
Yeah.
It's the story of a man who, under trial, let me get the exact quote, he says, "I wish I may never hear of the United States again." And the judge sentences him to a life living on a naval ship, and all of the officers and crew are ordered never to speak about the country in his
Is this a true
presence.
story?
No, it's a fictional story.
Oh, cool.
It was written in the Civil War era, but it's set a little bit earlier.
All right.
And the poor guy lives 50 years or so on a naval ship in a small officer's quarter.
Wow.
And when he dies, they open his room to find that he has basically set up a shrine to the United States. And it's basically the story of a man who learns to love the United States while never, ever setting foot on it.
Wow. How cool.
So, I urge people to kind of reread their little high school literature.
All right, what's the name of the book again? I got to get going here.
It's a short story,
Yeah.
and it's called A Man Without a Country, and it's by Edward Everett Hale.
Well, thank you so much, Martha. You have a great weekend, all right?
All
Thank
right,
you.
take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We have another caller. I got to get going here, don't I? Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Who do you think it is? Liz. How are you?
Oh, Liz, you're early. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, you're early.
I had a date.
Well, okay. Well, let me introduce you properly since you went to great lengths to tell me all about your life, which is a very interesting life, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman was born in Cuba under the Castro regime. She came to the U.S. at age 6 and knows and hates communism. She has many friends who were murdered in 9/11, and she worked for a company that was an insurance company, Aon. She's a retired wedding photographer and Latina on Fire. On Fire, and she's the Latino advocate to the Dave Weinbaum Show. Ladies and gentlemen, Liz Cabrera. Well, welcome back to the show, and I want to thank you for promoting the show. You are amazing, all right? Thank you.
I love you guys.
Well, we love you, too. We love you, too. Hey, tell me about 9/11 and your friends who were murdered there, including
that was,
your fellow Aon insurance company employees.
Yes. I worked in Brickell, huge building, mega millionaire building. I worked for the corporate offices, although the corporate offices really were in New York, but the headquarters were here. And
where's here? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Miami.
All right.
But I worked at Aon Risk Services in Brickell. We have a subsidiary here.
Uh-huh.
And basically what happened is that on that day, we all know what happened, terrorist attack. And they blew the 2 towers, and within that, we were there at our jobs, and all of a sudden knew that our friends that we love so much were in danger, including I had a little friend. Her name was Kelly, and that girl used to sit next to me, and she was Chinese, and she had a family in New York. So at one point she told me, I'm going back home to support my parents. She was a very good girl. And she was there, and I was panicking. And I was very lucky I didn't lose my friend that day because she reported to work late that day. And that saved her life. I'm almost crying. Yeah.
Okay.
It impacted everybody. I mean, the whole company, there was like 180-something people that I think died that day. And or maybe more, I don't know exactly. All I know is that last year I went to NYC and I went to the towers to see the new buildings, and I was very impacted because when I went inside that room, they played the film and they played credits to our company, and I had to leave there crying.
Right. So what do you think when Ilhan Omar, the congresswoman from Minnesota, says, something happened to some people? Or some people did something, is what she said. Some people did something. What do you think of that?
I think it's horrible. She's promoting terrorism, and she is all for it, and she should go home. And it wasn't Trump that was hating on the rally. It was us, the people, speaking up. We are speaking up. We're fighting for what we believe in. This is not Trump. We are behind him. Nobody's forcing us. Nobody's holding a head to our gun to our heads. We're doing it out of passion for our country. And if somebody doesn't realize that, they better, because they're going to lose the election. The Democrats are going to lose. Mark my words today.
So you favor Donald Trump and not the socialists running against him in the Democratic Party. Is that correct?
Of course.
All right. And what about, since you are the official spokesperson for the Latino community, what do you hear from your fellow Latinos in terms of what they think about Trump?
Okay, we are all for Trump. I can tell you 100%. I've been involved. I went to the recent Pence rally, which is a VIP event, which I was invited by Armando Ibarra. Oh, cool. He is on Twitter. You should all follow him. And he follows me, too, and he's always on my trains, just like you and Stan and Lisa. And let me tell you, there's the Latino community is the largest growing group with 58 million and growing. Latinos are scheduled to impact the 2020 elections this year with 32 more million eligible voters. We are going to make a difference. Latinos are not Democrats. They are Republican at heart. They believe in family, religion, rights. They're against communism. Honestly, they're going to lose.
Well, what about the immigration issue? They say that Trump is a racist because he's got all these Latinos at the border, and they're in these terrible facilities.
Cases, right?
So what,
the cases were, the cases was Obama.
Oh, and, really?
All right.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You mean Obama put the cages in? No. Really? Oh, I can't believe that. He would never do anything like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And what do you think? What do you think about the squad led by Cortez and Omar? I mean, Cortez is a fellow Latino. She doesn't like Trump. She hates Trump. She wants him impeached.
I think they want to be in Hollywood.
You think?
I think they're looking for fame and glory.
I think they are too.
They're fame and glory. They've stuck together like glue, like four kids in high school, trying to be popular.
Yeah, but
trying to go against the president.
And they're pushing out Nancy Pelosi and the rest of the Democrats. They're sucking away all the news from these 25 midgets that are running as Democratic socialists to basically blow up the country. So
yeah, and I think Nancy's running scared. I think that she's scared because she's got a little bit of sense in her still left. And I think she's worried about the fact that if this keeps going with those four girls, or women, whatever you want to call them, or terrorists, or whatever the heck, they don't stand a chance. Trump has too much truth and power behind him, and too many people. Here in Miami, let me tell you.
Yes.
I went to the Scott Pressler seminar that he gave here in Miami. He invited me, and he teaches you how to approach people. And let me tell you, it's true. If you start approaching people like I do it on Uber or in the mall or in a store, I always ask, or where I do my nails, who are you voting for? The doctor, my dog's doctor. He calls me fiery Latino too, because he knows that I'm Republican, and they're all for Trump. Everywhere I go.
Cool.
It's interesting. I was at a Cardinals game last weekend, and it was hot out. And I'm there with my banker buddy, and I said, "Hey, we need some water." So we went into this little bar place by the seats, and we're sitting there. And he gets a couple seats. We're going to take an inning or two off, and people we introduced each other and. He says, I didn't say anything. He said to the people that were sitting with, "Hey, by the way, he has a radio show." And then they want to know what it was about and blah, blah. And then a liberal sits right in front of me, and she tears into me. And my goodness, we're drawing a crowd. I was doing my radio show at the Cardinal game. It was a riot. And everyone else was agreeing with me. And, I just thought I'd pass that along. But do you see anybody in the Democratic Party who could who could beat Donald Trump?
Not at all. Donald Trump is unbeatable. He plays chess like I've never seen.
Chess.
Mr. Q is beyond.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you, I cannot wait for this 2020 thing to start going, and so we can watch it on TV, because The Apprentice is going to stay laying next to this.
Now, you as a legal immigrant, what country would you rather live in than the United States of America?
It doesn't exist. The moment that we allow communism in the United States, there is no future for any of us. Not even Europe, because they depend on us too.
Yeah. Now, Liz, I should say Latina on Fire. Who gave you that name, by the way?
You.
Thank you.
You did. I love it.
And Stan is here, too. Stan, say hello to Liz.
Hi, Liz. How are you?
My wife left. I can't believe my wife left.
Your wife left.
She left early. We got relatives coming to the house. Where can people...
So you guys are going to sing today?
I don't think so. I
don't have time today.
I don't know. We're so busy with the callers. You know, we can't do what we're really talented to, because there's so many callers. We love callers more than we love singing.
We might be able to sing this little "Living La Vida Loca."
I wish we could.
There you go.
The last time they shut us down when I played that. So I got to find you a new song. Hey, Latina on Fire. Where can people find you on social media?
Liz Cabrera 55.
And if you're not following Liz, you're out of your mind. You're out of your cotton picking mind. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Lisa told me she wasn't sharp. Oh, wait a minute. I got to. She wasn't sharp in the morning. She told me she wasn't sharp in the morning, and I said she was being too modest. And then the fight began. Ladies and gentlemen, special treat. I screwed up that joke. I'm sorry, Liz. Special treat.
I'm laughing anyway.
Fiery Latina, all calling all the way from Miami. Follow her on Twitter, Liz Cabrera. Thank you so much for being a star in the Dave Weinbaum Show. We'll do this again. Okay?
Yes, I want to. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, Liz. All right.
Jeff called in while you were talking to her and said they ought to call it the Broad Squad.
The Broad Squad. Well, somebody said, Martin said, he texted me, he said they should call him the Squatter. The Squat Quad. I already called them it on Twitter. I'm afraid they're going to knock me off, though, if you do that. All right, we got to take a break. We're way behind, aren't we? Yeah, we got a couple commercials. So call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
Hi, this is Sarah Weinbaum, massage therapist at Lavish Day Spa, formerly known as Terra Day Spa. Come visit me at our all-new location on North Bishop next to Steak and Shake. Come take your stress and worries away with our full-service salon and day spa, featuring discounts on Dermalogica and other skincare items offered with a purchase of a facial. New location, same number, 364-0905. Come sail away at Lavish Day Spa in Raleigh.
Reality check number 14. Getting a house loan shouldn't take longer than building your house. At Town & Country Bank, we have a solution for that. We know you're anxious to start building your dream home, so we make loans quick and easy. We don't have to send off to some big city for a decision. Your decision is made here, and your loan stays here. Town & Country Bank. Smart, friendly solutions. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Does your trip to the dentist office sound like this? If so, it's time to come see the friendly staff at Forum Dental, where they make dentistry simple and fun. Forum Dental is committed to patient satisfaction and high-quality dental care. So come to Forum Dental, where they do it all, from teeth cleaning and whitening to bridges and crowns and so much more. At Forum Dental, they make every dental experience a pleasant one. Forum Dental, working together to be better. Visit their website at forumdental.com.
Every business needs just the right sign to get people into your business. Missouri Neon Outdoor is here to help. Missouri Neon Outdoor has been family-owned and serving the Ozarks for 80 years. Outdoor advertising remains one of the most cost-effective ways for businesses to build awareness and drive customers to their door. And they offer billboard coverage in over 25 counties in southwest Missouri. Missouri Neon Outdoor has an expert creative staff that can design a great look for you. Call today for available locations in your area. 1-800-788-1778.
The next time you need work on your vehicle, head to Muffler Mart on Highway 63 across from the Phelps County Fairgrounds in Rolla. It's been over 35 years since Muffler Mart has opened their doors. Marty, Keith, and Carl combined have over 120 years of auto repair experience. Their name says mufflers, but they do it all. And now you can visit them on Highway 63 South, just across from the Phelps County Fairgrounds. Muffler Mart in Rolla. For more information or appointments, call 364-5434. That's 364-5434.
Come see the professionals at Brown Vet Clinic of Rolla, where they promise to place your pet's health and wellness above all considerations. They communicate openly with you about the individual preventative needs of your pet and help protect them from common infectious and contagious diseases while using the best available methods, no matter how big or small the animal. The staff is there to help you 24/7 and will get you an appointment as quickly as possible. Give Brown Vet Clinic a call today for all your animal needs. 364-1919.
From apples to Xboxes, we fix it all. Call us today, A1 Tech. More than just computer repair. We'll fix your laptop, your desktop, and so much more. On site or mobile, from apples to Xboxes, we fix it all. Call us today, A1 Tech.
Call A1 Tech right now at 573-458-9175.
Follow me at DaveWeinbaum.net, at The Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
So the unemployment rate among African Americans is the lowest in the history of our country. Unemployment among Hispanic Americans, where we're doing really well. You know why? Because they want a strong border. They want it because they understand the border better than anybody. They want that strong border. They want that wall that's being built right now. They want that wall. And they really do. They understand the border better than anybody. And they don't want criminals coming in. They don't want crime coming in. They don't want to lose their jobs. They like the fact that their salaries are going up, their wages are going up. They understand it better. So, Hispanic American, the best unemployment numbers in our history. Asian Americans, the best unemployment numbers in our history.
Well, that was a great tie-in. Accidentally, that fit in right in with Liz. And speaking of good callers, well, maybe not so much. Hi there. Welcome to the Dave Weinbaum Show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Lee from Richland.
Yeah, okay, Lee from Richland.
Yeah.
I still don't know what their real name is, you know.
Hey, this killing over here in Japan, where a lot of liberal news, they always put death rates at dozens or scores, but I think about 3 dozen people killed by a guy walking into a place and lighting some fuel on fire.
When did this happen?
2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 33 people are dead.
Wow.
And 36 are injured. But I just kind of thought maybe they need to have a fuel buyback program or have a 3-day waiting list to make sure you check out before you have anything that can burn and catch on fire. So.
Well, how did this happen? Is this a terrorist attack? Was it just some nut or what?
Well, all of them are nuts. I mean, anybody kills somebody.
But I didn't see this on. How come I didn't see this? Well, I was in a meeting Thursday. That's
check
Wednesday.
It out. A guy walked in and he hollered something, "I want to kill you all" or something like that. And like 36 are injured, and like 33 of them died from being burned. He got injured himself in it, but he may survive.
So, what was his cause? Why did he want to kill him?
I just say it's because he's evil. I didn't catch on. The news didn't really want to talk about it a whole lot because it wasn't done with a gun.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know, if it was done with a gun, it would be a huge event. Since it wasn't done with a gun, when they use cars and stuff, and they use fuels and stuff like that. Like the largest single crime in the United States was done with $1 worth of gas that somebody borrowed the dollar to get the gas for in Happy Land, China Club up there in Bronx, New York, back in '92.
Wow.
87 people burned to death because the guy got mad at his girlfriend. But that's not talked about much. But anyway,
yeah, you're just an encyclopedia of death this morning. Thank you for cheering everyone up.
Thank you, Lee.
So, you got anything else, my friend?
No, that's it.
All right. Hi to your wife, Pam.
Yeah, she's bringing
her
home
name.
the swine today. She's at work out there, so she's bringing home the swine. So
she's bringing home the swine,
the bacon.
The bacon.
Oh,
okay,
the bacon.
Yeah,
but you're a great customer of Cohen's up in
St. Louis.
Yeah, I think it's what is it?
Old Olive.
Old Olive Street, right?
Yeah, they got that.
Right.
They got them shirts of their killer pastrami. The last time I was in there, I did buy some of that pastrami. It was good.
It's good, I'm sure.
Yeah, I never have tried.
They have the real hard bagels. I
like the rye bread they got.
Yeah.
I get the big loaf of it, and I don't get it sliced because it stays fresher if you slice it as you need it. But
and you were nice enough to buy me a bottle of kosher wine from there. And give it to me at the Pregnancy Resource Center supper, which I hope you're going to come to it's going to be in March.
Yeah,
okay?
As long as I got food, I should be there.
All right, my friend. Thank you for calling. Hi to your wife.
Okay, take care now.
All right, I think, I think we need to go right into commercial again, but call the show. I'm going to get my last commercial, and then I got a bunch of extras, but I do want to hear from you. I will can the extras. I will put you in front of the President of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, the callers of my show are just as important as the President of the United States of America, okay? Now I can hear Trump saying, send him back, right? Send him back. Okay, of course I'm more important than everyone else. Anyways, call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest.
When it comes to making travel plans, Trips and More Travel Agency of Rolla has skilled agents to help you plan that perfect getaway. With over 27 years of combined experience, the agents are dedicated to providing you the highest quality of customer service, specializing in custom travel, family vacation, and destination weddings. Trips and More can make your vacation unique and fun. Stop in today at 116 West 8th Street in Rolla or call 341-3300. That's 341-3300.
Warning, this is Microsoft. Your computer has been hacked, and you need to call the number displayed immediately.
Warning, do not call that number. This is a scam. Call A1 Tech of Rolla, LLC at 573-458-9175. If you have given these people access to your computer, or worse, your money, your computer is now compromised. A1 Tech is available both mobile and on-site to take care of all your tech needs, and was recently voted the best computer repair service in Phelps County. Call 573-458-9175.
Why settle for the forecast when you can control it? Hartley's Climate Control is your locally owned heating, air conditioning, plus so much more company. Hartley's offers residential and commercial sales, service, and installation in the areas of heating and cooling, hearth and home, handyman services, and more to the Rolla, St. James, and surrounding areas. Call 573-368-3163 or visit them online at www.hartleyscc.com. Hartley's Climate Control. Community-born, community-raised, community-serving.
Let the dogs out! Who let the dogs out? Shadowwood Pet Resort. But Ralphie tells me only on their supervised nature trails, and it's back to their warm and comfy condos with food, water, and treats for any length stay. And they separate dogs by size. Now a condo for cats in a different room. Great assortment of food, toys, collars, and bowls. Tell them Ralphie sent you and get a free treat. 368-4866. That's 573-368-4866. 11420 Cedar Grove, where your pets might be having a better time than you.
Al West Collision Center in Rolla is looking for experienced technicians to work in the Rolla locations. 2 years experience is required. Al West offers a competitive benefits package and compensation program. Al West Collision has been voted #1 collision center in the area. Are you motivated and ready to move up in the world? Send your resume to admin@alwestcollision.com or drop by 713 Houston Road in Rolla. For more information, call 573-364-8999. Al West Collision is an equal opportunity employer.
Follow me at daveweinbaum.net, at the Dave Weinbaum on Twitter, and streaming live on the Dave Weinbaum Show Facebook page.
Do you remember last election? Donald Trump will never, ever get the women. Then we got this tremendous number of women. We got this tremendous number of women And during the election night, they said, what's going on? You know what's called suppression polls. Suppression. Polls are just as fake as the news itself. But women filled 60%. And I'm sorry to tell you this, men. They're going to sue me for discrimination now. Women filled 60% of all of the new jobs created last year. Women took 60%. What's wrong with you, men?
You know, all you got to do is look at the guy's results. I mean, we have the best economy we've ever had in this country. Does that mean anything to anybody? And it's not just dripping down. It's dropping down like tons upon the middle class. The jobs they've gotten. We're talking about the middle class and poor. Yeah. The number of people on food stamps has gone dramatically down. The number of people back in the job market who took themselves out of the market because they couldn't find anything. He has cut that tremendously. Yeah. It's hard to find help. There's so many jobs out here. So we're screaming a lot, but you know what? I love it because it's great for the United States of America. Call the show, 573-364-4433. And now, because Liz Cabrera called for it, we're going to have to sing. We're going to have to do Weinbaum music. Hit it.
From Weinbaum Records, it's Dave's Hits of 2017. Listen to the unique singing style of your favorite radio host, Dave Weinbaum, as he belts out songs like...
But Snowflake, you know you can't take it. You got that hateful feeling. Whoa, that hateful feeling.
Or how about this?
As you wish me hell to everyone you could tell that you'd been spying over me, spying over me. Then you spread your views to the mainstream news.
And timeless memories like...
You don't know me. I'm in the federal witness plan. You don't know me. I might be in Afghanistan.
Dave's Hits of 2017 is not sold in any stores. And if you act fast, you can get Dave's favorite insults absolutely free with your order.
You schmuck. Kiss my tuchus. Putz. I hear you tried to donate your brain to science, but they were only taking used ones. I don't take the broom out of your hands when you're trying to do your job. I hear you're 1 foot short of a yard sale. There was a lot of testosterone in my marriage. Too bad none of it was mine. I married a trophy wife, but I couldn't afford to mount her. I had 2 feet of snow on my car, so my wife offered me her broom. I said, thanks, but you're going to have to teach me how to fly it first. Got any complaints? Go to hell and wait.
The perfect way to close out the year. Dave's Hits of 2017.
That's all, folks.
Aha! Aha! What do you know from funny,
So Representative Omar.
Why you keep doing that to me today? I don't know what's going on.
One of those Trump ones, he told me to line up, so I had them lined up.
Yeah, line them up, but don't do them until I ask for them, right. Please. Hey, it's hard to concentrate here. Anyways, I've got so many things to talk about, but you call the show because you will take away priority away from everything else, and I would love to hear what you got to say. Call the show, 573-364-4433. Get it off your chest. Ideas are king. They're sources, commoners, and I consider myself a commoner who has ideas. Hey, nobody knows how Jeffrey Epstein became a multi-billionaire, and his bail was denied. And not only did Bill Clinton travel 27 times on the Lolita Express with Jeffrey Epstein, but I hear it's reported that Hillary was on the planes too. Isn't that interesting?
Now, I don't know if she was on 27 flights, but what the heck would she be doing on those planes? Anyways, there's a face app that owns the right to 150 million faces and names. And I know at least one face app lets you know what you'll look like at age, I don't know what age, but you know what? I'm 70. I know what I look like as an old guy, and I'm pretty happy about it, you know? I mean, I could lose a few pounds and all that stuff, but, this is about as good as it gets. You know, come on.
That's right.
I make this look good, Stan.
Yeah,
70
you do
years
all
old.
right.
I make this look good. All right, we're back on the show. And I'm getting all sorts of tweets and texts and all that. So I think people are loving my music. Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm getting from Radio Randy. I think that's Lee. He loves it so much he's burning his radio. Oh, that's how he's setting a fire to my greatness as a singer. So I like that. All right, we're going to play some more from the Trump rally because I thought it was really good stuff. So put together number one and number two, okay?
So Representative Omar blamed the United States for the terrorist attacks on our country, saying that terrorism is a reaction to our involvement in other people's affairs. She smeared U.S. service members involved in Black Hawk Down. In other words, she slandered the brave Americans who were trying to keep peace in Somalia. Omar minimized the September 11th attacks on our homeland, saying some people did something. I don't think so. Some people did something. Yeah, some people did something, all right. She pleaded for compassion for ISIS recruits attempting to join the terrorist organization. Omar laughed that Americans speak of Al-Qaeda in a menacing tone and remarked that you don't say America with this intensity. You say Al-Qaeda makes you proud. Al-Qaeda makes you proud. You don't speak that way about America. Press conference just this week, when asked whether she supported Al-Qaeda, that's our enemy. That's our enemy. They are a very serious problem that we take care of, but they always seem to come along somewhere. She refused to answer. She didn't want to give an answer to that question. Omar blamed the United States for the crisis in Venezuela.
Yeah, don't you just love these American-loving women? My goodness. Mm-hmm. I mean, you talk about being traitors. They're backing the enemies. Right. They're backing Hamas. They're backing Al-Qaeda. They're backing ISIS, for goodness sake. They hate Jews. They hate Israel. They hate whites. And if you criticize them, you're a racist. All right, play 3 and 4, please, Stan.
Representative Rashida Tlaib agreed with Omar's characterization of 9/11 and said that members of Congress who support Israel forgot what country they represent. And Tlaib also used the F word to describe the presidency. And your president, that's not nice, even for me. She was describing the president of the United States and the presidency with the big, fat, vicious, the way she said it, vicious F word. That's not somebody that loves our country. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Check out her scores, by the way, with her new Green New Deal. The Green New Deal, where did that come from? She's conducted outrageous attacks against men and women of law enforcement. She compared got American border agents managing a humanitarian crisis that I always said was a humanitarian crisis, and they said it was manufactured. They don't say it was manufactured, and we're stopping it. And I want to thank Mexico. They've got 21,000 soldiers now stopping people from coming into our country.
How could he praise Mexico? They're brown skinned, some of them. Oh, my goodness.
Really?
All right, how much time we got left?
About a minute and 40 seconds.
All right, well, I guess we'll save the others for next week. But listen, I want to really thank everybody. Oh, this is a poppin' show today. Great callers, great interviews, great guests. And, Stan, a little nutty, but no, he did a great job. Let's face it. And Jesse back there, the editor, and did a great job. I appreciate them both. I appreciate mostly that I have a radio show, and I have a radio show because of Steve Wheeler, the owner of the station. I was canceled almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
It's getting close. And it was not a friendly thing. I don't like to be canceled. And I was canceled as I was being promoted.
Yeah.
I mean, right after I got promoted to 2 hours from an hour and a half, and I still don't really know the reason. I have my suspicions, but, that's it, and it happens. What are you looking at?
I'm just looking at the time.
Okay. So, I'm here. I'm happy. They like me here, I think. And I love it here. And, yes, everybody makes mistakes, including myself. So I understand that. And I think we're all pretty well... everybody likes the show, I think, here. Is that right, Stan?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think they like the show, and we got great sponsors. And if you want to sponsor the show, 573-578-2700, or call Stan at 364-4433. Get it off your chest. And listen to me. You have a great weekend, all right? Stay out of the heat. Go swimming. But next Friday... the Dave Weinbaum Show will be on the air again. Thank you so much.